Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla. Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time is come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. We would not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They decapitated us, but we just grew another head. Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket.
Good afternoon, good evening, good dawn, good dusk, wherever you are in the world. It's guerrilla cricket. It's game 17. It's England. Oh, it's Australia versus England. Australia potentially at home. They're not really. They're in Bridgetown in Barbados. Theme tune, I've just realised, is just long enough for me to get out my tobacco and skin up a spliff and get it lit all in the same time. That's all I need. 3 minutes, 20 minutes. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Anyway. England won a toss and they have decided to bowl this evening, and they are going, and the teams go in as follows. Australia batting will be Warner, Travis Head, Mitch Marsh, Glenn Maxwell, Marcus Stoinis, Tim David, Matthew Wade, Pat Cummins, Mitch Stark, Adam Zampa, Josh Hazlewood. Good bowling attack there, eh? England go in, same as last game. Phil Salt, Joss Butler, Will Jacks, Johnny Bairstow, Harry Brook, Moeen Ali, Lillian Livingston, Chris Jordan, Jofra Archer, Adil Rashid, Mark Wood. Woof. I am joined from my man up north. It's Al Hodge. How are you, mate?
For a Saturday, I'm doing grand. Can't wait for this one.
Yeah, it's turned into a very sunny day after being a cloudy afternoon. It's a pleasant evening here. It's a bit cloudy in Bridgetown, but England will be hoping that they go better than they did against Ireland. It's weird. And of course, our man in Melbourne. It's the jingler connoisseur, the master of the jingles. It's Mog. How are you, mate?
One of the men in Melbourne. I'm fine. I can't give you an update on the weather because it's 3 fucking m and it's too dark to see.
That's fine. It's dark.
The weather is nighttime.
Yeah, exactly.
Dark is the weather.
Well,
yeah.
We should give you some crazy things have been happening in this tournament. Ireland lost, of course, the other day. Afghanistan thrashed New Zealand yesterday by 87 runs, I believe.
That's proper shellacking.
And the Netherlands, having got themselves to 103 for 9, have South Africa to 8 overs. They require 82 and 72 balls, which I suppose isn't that hard a target. But it's in New York again, which is a crazy place to be. I saw Quinton de Kock got himself run out in the first ball or second ball of the day, and it's gone downhill from there. However, I am told that Tristan Stubbs and David Miller are in bat, and they do only need 82 runs. Those two are quite capable of doing that in 12 overs. So we wait to see what happens there. But there have been some upsets, and there have been some games that have gone ways you wouldn't have thought. It's been quite an open tournament, hasn't it, boys?
Low scoring can be fun.
It can be, and it brings everyone into it.
So, interesting layout with the pitch today. With the wind, one of the boundaries is only 58 metres.
Oh.
So there could be a couple of. We could be reverting a bit more to chip shot sixes.
IPL mode.
Yeah, could be.
Could be.
We'll see.
We will see. Well, opening the batting for Australia, as you get the jingles out of the way, it's this man. Oh, no. This man.
He's quite good with a bat.
He's got a stupid moustache.
He's short and he's fat.
He's got a stupid moustache.
He's to the twat.
He's got a stupid moustache.
David Warner's got a stupid moustache.
With this guy.
He's just a sweet driver's head.
A sweet driver's head.
Transdimensional driver's head.
So we've seen who the bowler is.
I believe I just saw who the bowler is, and it's this guy.
Our beard shouldn't touch. Move over, AMLO. I like it too much. Move over, AMLO. You're one hairy dish. I love unconditionally. It's Moeen Ali.
Which, of course, this will be some match-up. They've decided that Travis Head. Well, he did get him out in that final Test match at Lords when they looked like they were going to the Oval when they looked like they were going to steal the Ashes away from us, which of course we morally won.
Having watched Travis Head fail against Mitchell Stark twice in a week in the IPL, this might be something.
England slight favourites at 5-4 on. Aussies are even. Under the fall of the first wicket is what I'm looking for. This first over could go for 20 or create a wicket. I'm going under 24.5. So quite good in this World Cup, it has to be said. So we are all ready to go. Well, we've still got a minute. I don't know if they have a countdown according to the clock.
That is some chain that Jofra Archer.
Yeah, it's a big gold chain, isn't it? If it's solid gold, that's nice. That's worth a penny.
No wonder he's injured if he's got to carry that thing around.
Well, yeah.
I haven't got the strength in my neck and shoulders to carry that.
That's why he's an elite athlete and chumps like us.
I am not an elite athlete.
I'm an elite athlete, you know. I'm an elite beer drinker, or what used to be, I suppose. I'm retired
for
from
a
that now.
certain level.
Are you a retired beer drinker?
Well, no, I am drinking, but I'm not certainly cut back on everything really.
Yeah.
In the last 4 or 5 years, realised that age is catching up with me, and my body can't cope with it anymore. We are going to get going. First ball, Moeen Ali is around the wicket to Travis Head. Quite slow, 51 miles an hour, and he prods forward as it goes out into the covers. There's no one that boundary on the offside to where Head is batting right now. It looks bloody short. That's tossed up and driven out, presumably. Yeah, there's a long off who gets around. It's Liam Livingston down there. And they get back for 2. That's Phil Salt. A well-run 2. But this is going to be the challenge here, isn't it? He's going to look to be driving through that offside. There is only 2 players out, presumably. They've got that man. And 71 metres, 59 metres dead square. 71 metres down to extra cover. That's straighter. And just play back to the bowler. Well bowled Moeen. Now, the mistake they made the other day was they bowled Moeen 2 overs in this power play. It's all right for 1, but they only generally get away with 1. Mix it up a little bit.
Well, they're bowling him from an end, which means that you have to hit against the spin.
Ooh, now that has spun, and I don't know if he's pulled out a shot or just missed it, but it's bounced over the top of middle stump. Joss Butler fluffed take.
That was almost tennis ball like bounce, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of stuck in the pitch and bounced a bit at him.
Quite a way.
Fifth ball of the over, it's tossed up again. He's trying to work down to the offside. He won't get it past point. Bairstow's there and there's no run. I think he's bowling with the wind coming across him, so it's going to hold the ball out there, so he can actually try and fire it down leg side. And I bet you it doesn't go down there, but it holds a sort of middle and off line. He's going to flummox the batsman a bit. That's why he's giving it a bit of air. That one's clipped into the leg side. They get a single for that one.
Bad news for everybody. Joe Wilson is.
Well, you've got two reviews and there's only 20 overs.
Allegedly, Paul Rifle is even worse in terms of his.
Well, that's
Yes,
weird.
no.
I always think he's all
Ratio.
right. But okay. Never trust
Allegedly,
him.
I've not seen the stats myself.
Well, that was the end of the first over. 3 for none, England. At the other end, would it be Jofra? Would it be Woody? They'll thrive on pace. They're Australians. No, they are going. Oh, this is interesting stuff. This man's going to bowl.
It might be Will Jacks. Maybe it's Will Jacks. It's probably Will Jacks. Yeah, it's Will Jacks.
Well, I guess they figured it. Australia have two left-handers opening up. He probably would have liked some pace on the ball. So they've got.
Or they just think it's over. This is over 12 because they bowled 10 against Scotland.
Well, that's too full though, and that's been slammed over wide, long on for 6. That was on the wrong line. And that'll make Travis Head feel a little bit. It gave that a bit too much air. It was a bit too full and allowed Travis Head to clear his front leg and just give it a big heave-ho. No one out there. That's a better ball. Oh, that's gone up in the air. Is it short enough boundary? I think it's gone all the way again.
Oh, it's gone all the way.
That's gone all the way. 2 sixes in a row. My God.
2 sixes in a row. 2 sixes in a row. 2 sixes in a row.
Just a little bit too much air, allowing him to.
Yeah. Spin from this end against the left-hander. I don't think it's going to work.
Is
Got
now the
onto
time
the
for me to
roof.
reveal I didn't know he even bowled.
Yeah.
I didn't know he even bowled. There you go.
Normally he's an all-rounder. I don't think he's a great spinner. He's been used quite a bit, I think, in the T20 Blast.
These first 2 balls would tend to bear out. He's not a particularly good bowler.
Yeah. Needs to bowl a little bit flatter. Well, Heads tried to give himself some room to go through the offside. He's top edged it. That's a great save from Woody chasing that down. It's probably only going to save 1, 2. Yeah, 1. I think they got back for 3.
Yeah, I think they'll have a look at it though. He was very close to the sponge.
This could be quite a high scoring day if these boundaries are look as short as they look. That's a really good save.
Good save.
It's only 1 run, but they all can. Yeah, he
Why do
saved
these
that.
2 teams get the short boundaries? What's going on there?
Because they're playing in Barbados.
Yeah, Barbados is quite a small ground. It's an old school ground. It's not particularly big. I mean, 75 metres is okay. I mean, it's better than 60, but when you've got a boundary that is only 58 metres, I mean, that is asking for that, which is exactly what it's been given, over the top of square leg.
You don't even need to time it.
This is a horror. Oh, pardon me. This is a horror over from Will Jacks.
With the super shatter, super shatter, super shatter, super shatter, super shatter, rocka, rocka, super shatter.
Not what England needed in the second over. First over was good. This over's dross. It's 18, 21 off it so far with 2 balls to go, 1 ball to go. 2 balls to go. Well, out to reverse sweep when he's got a fucking glove over the top of Butler. Probably only get 1 this time. Does. Nearly taken me out of the game and it's 1 fucking over. I got under 24.5.
That's where, again, you have to wonder. It's like all you need to you sweep to the short boundary. What on earth are you trying to reverse it for?
Well, Well, I presume there's a space there too. Around the wicket, Jacks. Last ball of the over is hit into the offside. Oh, it's stopped by Chris Jordan, who's at cover.
Dot ball.
Dot ball to end the over. That is 2 done. 25 for none. You're on socials, I believe, Moggy.
Dignity intact for the bowler. We have a super chat from a Warren Davis, $4.99, almost $5 for the bodiless head that is Mog. And hello to Dara Azizi, Mayank, Paddy, Pirate Badger, Pokebum Finger, M, Muttley. Howdy, Muttley. They are all with us on the YouTubes. And Warren says hello on Twitter.
Hello, hello, hello. Smoke belch, maybe. 29 for none.
That's your bet gone in 2 overs.
It is, and it was looking good after the first one. That was a terrible over by Will Jacks. I don't know why they thought that was a wise idea. I wouldn't go back to mowing now. Yeah, right. Sensible. England have changed tack, and they
Hang on, is he limping a little bit?
No.
He will break your helmet, break your heart, hotter than lava, cooler than Bogart, in your face, at your stumps, on your toes, on your mum. Jofra Archer.
Archer's around the wickets. Ooh, chipped up. It's going to be out. No. Fuck me, that was lucky. That was Warner's third ball. And he just chips it up just wide. Chris Jordan at mid-on. He didn't really know where that was going. I don't know if it stopped on him. He was through the shot too early and just played it up in the air. So
had that look of like, this isn't spin.
Yeah. Archer continuing, I think, around the wicket. This time to Travis Head. Cramps in for room. Oh, they're going to go through for the single if he hits. Oh, that would have been out, surely. They've gone for the run though, and they've got it. He just literally dropped it into the offside, and because Archer was going around the wicket, it wasn't really out of his way, and he got there, he picked it up, threw it at the stumps. He would have been probably out. Because I think the ball had gone across the stumps. You don't see where it crosses the stumps, where he is, but I think when it crossed the line of the stumps, he was out by a couple of inches. But good start from Archer, cramping them for room. That again cramps them for room. Straight to the field this time. They won't go for a run. Well, I guess if they have a decent over here, you get out with 3 overs for 30. That's not so bad in a power play. I mean, that over, fuck me, how many did that go for? Must have gone for 21, I think it went for.
Yeah, almost all of them.
Good confidence builder for the young lad.
Yeah, great. Should just bowl flat darts in it, sort of middling off, but hey. That's into the pads of Warner, who clips it out into the leg side in front of square. There's a man behind square, but they have to go all the way around to pick it up. They'll get back for 2. 19 off 11 head, 10 off 5 for Warner. Good start for Australia, not what all England would have wanted. They certainly dragged this back.
There was an awful lot of wide open space in that mid wicket.
Well, you've only got 2 outfielders, haven't you? So presumably they've got someone covering cover and then someone down the leg side. That's going to be a wide down the leg side, one thinks. Yes, indeed. Just too far down the leg side there from Archer. Yeah, way too wide. What was that? So we have 4 overs, 2 balls left in this over. And Archer is
What a
coming
lovely view of the
around
dogs. They must
Oh yeah, slapped. Oh fuck me, Warner's just got that over cover. He's completely mistimed it, but he's probably going to get back for 2. He does. Riding their luck a little bit here, Australia. A few spliced shots that have just gone wide on over fielders with no timing whatsoever. But they've got away with it. But it's not a bad over from Archer. considering the last one went for 20 odd. I think drag this back a little bit here. I don't think they'll be too unhappy.
Yeah, it's been a bit ugly this over.
Not that ugly. Couple of twos, splice twos.
That's what I mean. Not exactly the fluent cricket of the over before.
No, I think that's got Warner on the glove, but
yeah,
got it square on the leg side, and they'll get a run for that. So after 3, thankfully the run rate's been pulled back a little bit. It's 33 for none.
That's only 11 and over now. That's
Yeah.
great.
Well, what was it? 25 after 2. Yeah.
South Africa are 42 for 4 in the 11th over.
Yeah, I can see them. I can see
still
David
required.
Miller taking that home.
Yeah, still need more than a runner ball.
Come on, you
Yeah,
Dutch
but
bastards.
run a ball. Yeah, if they can get to within 4 overs,
No, yeah.
then the wickets don't matter anymore. If these two can get it deep into 16th over and keep it, but you got to get under, don't they? And you know, if they're 30 out with 4 overs to go, or 40 out with 4 overs to go.
Like we saw with the West Indies in the first.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you can throw your chances at the ball. You know, try and clear the boundary. Plus, you're in. That looks quite idyllic, doesn't it? Sea looks beautiful.
More pace.
Woody is into the attack, and he sounds like this.
Do you know Mark Wood?
Yes, he is an England bowler, quite good and pretty quick.
So just a normal guy.
Of course, except for just one thing.
What?
He thinks that he's a horse.
Right. What?
Wow. Well, the first ball that Woody bowls gets picked up off the pads by, who was that? David Warner, and deposited. I think it's gone out the stadium. I think these boundaries might be so short this could be a high scoring game. We haven't seen one of these for a while. But he's picked that 78 metres. If that's gone out of the ground on 78 metres, that's quite crazy.
Well, if this was in Nassau County, that would have been caught on the boundary.
Yeah, quite easily. Because 78 metres really isn't far, and that's gone over the stands. These boundaries must be tiny. Anyway, so I don't know what. Ooh. Score? What do you think? What's the? What the bookies got? 192 and a half. Fancy them over that.
Nice.
Is that another 6?
Yes.
No fucking hell. Woody's been hit for 2 6s in a row. Australia really going big guns here at the top here. 45 for none. Was that another pick up off the legs? No, it was a pull this time. Nicely timed. God, it's gone a long way back. It says that's only, did you say 69 metres?
68 metres.
68 metres has gone well over the boundary. Shit, these must be tiny.
The sort of the idea of that they haven't taken that into account. They're thinking about how they're going to bowl. I'll just bowl short and in his ribs.
Well, I think it becomes quite difficult with modern bats to. I mean, this is kind of IPL territory, isn't it? I mean, if the wicket's not really doing a lot, which is not, it's quite easy paced. It's difficult to know where to bowl if the boundaries are that short because miss hits, and these aren't exactly massively timed. To just hit 68 metres and get what looked like a pretty big 6. Boundaries must be pretty small, and they do look very small compared to some of the outfields we've seen. Look like vast spaces. This looks pretty small.
Postage stamp.
Really
Not going to be
postage
running
stamp.
any 5s.
No, Wood is over the wicket, and that's a better ball. Cramps Warner up a little bit.
Both of England's fielders outside the circle are leg side behind square.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to the field map that they've just put on the screen.
Well,
So,
it's the same for both sides.
yep.
I like the fact that this stadium has solar panels everywhere. That's a
Except
really
for one of them got smashed by.
well,
one of the
yeah,
stops.
I get. Oh god, that's going to be 6 as well. Must be. You don't really have to get much distance on it, and he has. It's a full toss into the legs from Woody. It may be 92 2.5 miles an hour, but it's still a full toss on the pads, and someone like Warner just loves it there. It's gone a long, long way.
He's timed that sweet as a nut.
Yeah, it's gone down the tunnel in the stand. That was a pretty shit ball. Yeah, England have fucking bowled dreadful here. I mean, it's good batting. They got away with a few. Boundaries are short, admittedly, but...
So we said that Jax's over went for 21, is that right?
21 or 22, yeah.
And this one's gone for 18.
I think it was 6-6-6. 3 sixes, a 2 and a 3. So 23, that's pulled. Oof, just beats the man at mid-wicket. It's going to be 4 runs. Australia going absolutely mental here. They've got to be careful not to let us get away.
Well, the 2 overs, the 2 even overs. This one's gone. So there's like 45 runs between them.
Yeah.
Out of a score of 51.
This over's gone 66.64. Fucking hell.
I didn't want to watch a horror movie today.
No, this isn't what England planned at all. It's always possible though. That's a better ball. Cramps him up for room, just drops it into the offside, bits hit fielder, and there's no run. That last over has gone for 22 runs. So 2 overs have gone for 22. The other 2 overs have gone for 11. Between them.
Well, Pirate Badger says, can you stop waffling about the boundaries? Older grounds are inevitably going to have smaller boundaries. You can just expand them without knocking the thing down.
Yeah, I know, but in a modern game, if the wicket's not offering anything to the thing, I mean, you're going to get a high-scoring game, true. It's the same for both sides, but it's slightly a different game when you've got bigger outfields.
Farong and Hombre Nuevo are both listening. Hombre Nuevo wants to know, is the GPL on today?
Well, thankfully, Hombre Nuevo, you reminded me because you're a man who enters it. Yes, it is open today. It's opened until... what time do we start this game? 6 o'clock. So it's open until 6:45, I think. That's hit straight back down the ground. Beats the man at mid-on. It's going to go for 4 more.
There's not one boy for me. I must have 2 or 3. I need 4.
And this is crazy batting for the Aussies. It's inside half of the bat, but he certainly got enough of it. Moeen coming around the wicket. I really don't know what to do here. It's quite an easy wicket to do this shit on. They've got to think they can do just the same. Head has hit that back over the bowler's head, and that is going to be 6 more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We're on for the first 300 in the World Cup.
Wow, it's looking that way, isn't it? They don't know where to bowl at the moment. Pitch looks really fucking easy. And that's what they got to think. They got to think the boundaries are the same for both sides. We got some big hitters too.
Yeah.
Assault and Butler to open up. I slightly put ahead of Warner and Head. I put Head on the same level as strike rate as those two, but Warner's slightly behind these days. Moeen Ali is in. That's onto the stumps and just pushed by Head up to long off for a single.
Feels like a single is the new dot ball.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
But they're grateful to get them.
They're just able to pick it up with ease, aren't they? Really.
I do love these 6 graphics. It reminds me of the Batman.
Batman Kapow, isn't it? Yeah, very much so.
Whack.
Yeah, exactly. It's very much like that. Down the track. Oh, has he mishit that? He has mishit it, but it's not carried to mid-on. I think they got through for a single anyway.
No, there's a dot ball.
No, it was a dot ball. He got sent back. Hit up to mid-on, just on the bounce. And there was no run. Around the wicket, Moeen. That's flatter and flat tap. Oh, beats the man at mid-on. Chris Jordan's there, can't get around. The guy from mid-wicket can't get around. It's another 4. Bloody hell.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's just rank bowling. That's a big long hop.
It was a big long hop. But let's say good balls are still getting hit for 4 anyway, so or 6. So
good balls are going, which means your margin of error is small.
Yeah, very small.
Don't bowl that, Ross.
Oh, he's bowled him though. That one has snuck along the ground, having whacked it all over the place. Davey Warner has to go. Great start though. 39 off 16. Can't be unhappy with that. Probably unhappy with the ball that got him out. He went back to carve it in the offside. Kept a little low. Shot under his bat. Bowled him middle stump. England get a wicket. Fuck, did they need that? And it's Davey Warner.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says you.
About midway up middle stump.
Yeah, well, I'd say slightly below midway, to be honest.
Yeah. 4 6s, 2 4s, 39 off 16 ball.
Yeah, that's a good start for, you know. Mitch Marsh is a big hitter as well. I mean, if he gets going, crikey. He's got a jingle that goes like this.
He's not Jeff, he's not Sean, he's not Rod, he's not Daniel, he's not Jack, he's not Jamie, he's not Lisa, he's not Paul, he's not Adrian, he's not Anshul, he's not CJ, he's not Christian.
Yeah, it's Mitch Marsh. And yeah, he's the skipper now, isn't he, of Australia?
Yeah, I saw him. I was listening to him at the tops. Doesn't seem like captaincy is affecting his mentality at all.
No, I saw an interview with him. Seemed like an alright type of geezer, but he's Australian, so I can't really like him. In a cricketing sense, at least.
Everything is relative.
Yeah.
I like the way you think.
Well, you know.
If Josie Oak were to say something right now, what do you think he would say?
We're doomed.
Yeah, he says, evening, we're doomed. So far in the World Cup, I've only seen England smashed out of the ground.
Yeah. Well, finally got a wicket. Archer's back into the attack. Bowling to Head, who hits the first ball straight at cover, and there's no run. Yeah, he's gone back to cut that, and it's just gone under his bat. It's a bit of a grubber.
I mean, he's in a pretty ugly place to play the shot anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone back to give himself some room. And the ball just kept low. Skidded on.
Yep.
He's clean shaven. Oh, that's an under edge by
God.
Travis Head. Nearly dragged it onto his stumps. But didn't. It'll be interesting to see.
I just want to make sure I get that right. Mark, is that you registering disappointment?
I'm completely neutral and an unbiased observer.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, so I thought so.
Well, Wood, Archer in. That's cut. Ooh, between the man at point and just behind square, sort of shortish third man, wide gully. But it's beaten the 2 fielders. It's gone for a boundary. There's another off cutter. That's got decent bounce. It's come onto the bat quite nicely.
It's a cracking shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of just leant back. Gave himself the room he needed to be able to play the shot.
Yeah. Archer around the wicket. Full bowled. Travis Head has gone now. Hey! Jofra's into it. He bowled that a little bit quicker, a little bit oh no, it was a slower ball. Sorry, I thought he bowled that quicker, but it was a slower ball. 74, 5 miles an hour. And Travis Head has gone back to smash through the offside, and he's just missed it. And the stumps have been splayed, and suddenly England, from nowhere really, have pulled themselves back into this. Got the 2 guys going off like a train at the top out.
Another one bites the dust.
He's
I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
He loves it.
It collapses on.
He was a million miles away from that one. I mean, it's not even that he was deceived by the lack of pace, but he was playing down a completely different line to the ball.
Right, now, if they're offering me 203.5 for Australia, is it Glenn Maxwell?
No, it's... Oh yeah, it is Maxwell.
Yeah, Maxi. That could be trouble as well. Shit.
Golden Duck in his last game.
Well, he'd had a pretty poor, to be fair, he had a pretty shit IPL as well.
So you're saying he's due?
Yeah, especially as it's us.
If I had $1 million, I'd buy you a Glenn Maxwell. Then we are no longer friends.
His teams always fucking do it to us.
He should be coming out to bat with cramp in both legs.
Yeah. And then we just bowl into his pads.
Possibly with an IV in, just to compare him.
Yeah. I don't know, I've dragged it back to 195.5 now. But I'm still going to go under that, I think. Maxwell facing out Archer in. Ooh, cramps him for a little bit there. Defends it back down the track and there's no run.
South Africa need 37 in 36 balls, 67 for 4.
There you go. These two are going to take it home. And it'll get down to about 2 overs and they won't need a lot, and David Miller will just bash it into the stands. Or Tristan Stubbs is a hitter as well. Is Klassen out, or has he still got a bat?
Yeah, he's out.
Archer in again. Flat tap by Maxwell. Just got in no position whatsoever. That was horrible. 92 miles an hour. That was quick. And yeah, through to the keeper. End of the over. Dot ball. Over to you, Moggy.
Josie Oak says we're still doomed. Maybe.
Less so doomed now.
Yes. Mayank says trust the ICC to be so stupid as to put this match on whilst SA in the Netherlands is happening instead of starting this match at 3 PM so that people can follow both without an overlap.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
There is a bit of weirdness to it.
I guess there has to be a slight overlap, or you finish the last game at midnight or whatever. If you allow 3.5 hours of game and you don't want an overlap, there's 4 games today, isn't there? Well, there's a day where there's 4 games. If you did that, it's 14 hours. If they start at 10 or 11 in the morning, yeah, doesn't really allow you to get them in.
Pakistan and India's tomorrow.
Yep. Well, we're out of the power play. 74 for 2 Australia in the power play. They'll be happy with that, I think. England would be glad to have dragged it a little bit back and got 2 new batters at the crease and got them out, and Adil Rashid is now going to have a bowl.
Adil Rashid on the 45. Adil Rashid on the 45. Adil Rashid on the 45. Adil Rashid on the 45.
His first ball is hit by Marsh out to presumably a fielder out in the deep. Whole different game now. 5 fielders out. It's only a single. And I always do tend to give it a little bit of wicket action when Adil comes on, because he often takes one. So where are we at? 97.5 they're offering me. 22.5 runs. I'll take that. Mowing directing traffic in the field. Maxwell is going to face up to Adil Rashid. He won't have faced much of Adil Rashid. He doesn't play him in the IPL. Doesn't get picked in the IPL.
Is that how they're going to divide responsibility?
What do you mean? That one's swept from a very, very long way outside off stump with no timing out to mid wickets, fielded by Archer, and there's no run.
Well, Butler's the captain, right?
Oh yeah, but I think he often relies on mowing. Mowing often helps set in the fields. I don't think they have a problem with that. I think they're quite cool with it. I think.
No, that's what I mean about like dividing the responsibility.
That's swept off the straight in front of square, and there's no one there because they're behind square, and it's going to be 4 runs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, already, if England are going to win this, it's going to be a great game. Because I can't see. I mean, Australia are going to get 200 or more, even though I've gone under whatever it was. I can't remember what I went under. I'm hoping for a collapse. I need a wicket. Wickets is what I need.
There'll be a collapse, don't worry.
Well, it doesn't look like a bad Australian side. Played out in the offside and there's no run. Well, England are always capable of collapse, Mark. We all know that when the pressure's on.
England can collapse even when they're not playing.
Yeah.
The collapse when they brought Will Jacks on to bowl.
The collapse has been on since losing to Iceland in football.
Yeah, fuck me. Again, they're like turning into a little bit of a bogey team, aren't they? Al-Rashid is in. It's into the pads, and that's just played behind. Did they go through? No, they didn't go through for a single. That would have been suicide, a single. But Maxwell seemed to be heading off for one.
I was wearing my Iceland cricket shirt on Whiteland Wireless yesterday.
Ah. What game were you covering yesterday? Were you covering New Zealand's loss to Afghanistan? That's played out to long.
And then we did the
for a single. Then you
did the game after it as well.
Did you? You did a double header. Crikey.
Well, the one was over a bit early, so we kept on going to Bangladesh, Sri Lanka.
That was quite exciting, wasn't it?
It was. Nobody wanted to win.
Well, Australia 82 for 2 after 7 overs. Wood is going to have another go. He's gone for 22. And so look at, was that some sort of VIP sofa on the boundary somewhere with lots of scantily clad ladies.
We appear to have hired some ladies for their companionship.
Maybe. There's a swimming pool, isn't there, on the boundary here?
There seems to be.
There's a pretty decent crowd in.
Some bloke called Nigel Henderson says, have to say Australia's batting lineup is quite scary even with those two gone.
Yeah, it has potential. It certainly does. Wood is in. It's quick into Maxwell, who works it down to Al-Rashid at fine leg. That'll be a single.
David Stump says, thank God for Gorilla. Owen Morgan, unlistenable.
Yeah, he can be a bit like that.
Sanctimonious?
Yeah. As we look at the highlights of the power play, she ended with England getting both openers out. Run rate 11.58 though.
It's coming down.
It is coming down. That's into the pads. There's an appeal from Woody. It's going down though. So no. 92 miles an hour. Genuine pace for England. It's always a good thing. Who did Scotland beat then?
They beat Namibia.
They beat Namibia?
They did.
And they were going to beat England, but the rain.
I wasn't so sure about that. I know it seemed like a big target, but in 10 overs with 10 wickets and with the hit as England had, I still think there was a good chance England would have got that actually. That's hit hard by Mitch Marsh, but too hard to get a single really, as it's driven up to mid-off and there is no run.
Yeah, found it too well.
Kiwi by Day says the Aussies have already made more than the Black Caps managed to scrape together yesterday.
So
yeah,
was it dodgy batting or was it pitch related or what was it?
Nothing they did at all yesterday worked. They couldn't catch. They just failed at every possible step. It's like they'd sent out the Waikato under 14s.
That's full and it's into the leg side, and it might one of the annoying things where there's no one inside the ring on the leg side, and because it's gone out to basically where mid-on should be, Woody has had to chase it down himself and they've got back for 2. That's really quite annoying.
Because it's
Haydos, isn't it, in the fucking commentary box?
It's the same way as saying syphilis.
Yeah, he's a man I detest. He's a real god squatter, isn't he, as well? Apparently.
Sanctimonious prick.
Yeah.
The score predictor's below 200.
Below, yeah, I've gone under 190, a little bit of 4.5 or something. 5.5. That's played back to the bowler and there's no run. Certainly England clawing something back.
Yeah.
Brian in Brisbane suggests that you need to listen to the doorbell about 7 PM your time there.
Ooh.
Hello.
Okay, I will do.
Brian hired a hitman again.
Brian may be sending us dinner, which is always a very marvellous thing that he does.
Maybe another lady of negotiable affection.
Well, we can have her dancing behind, no one can see her, you know. I don't know what stopped here. 1 ball left in the over. Oh Christ, we're going to have a change. We should have had a change, I think, at the beginning of this over. But oh, now is that hit the pads? Because if he hasn't got a bat on that, that's a fucking good appeal. I think that's out. If he hasn't got any bat on it, I will fucking review it. You're in a 7.5 over. You might as well, for fuck's sake. Unless you're pretty sure he hit it. If he hit it,
he hasn't talked to enough people.
No, I don't think they've reviewed it. I think they must have. I mean, it did look like he got a bit of under edge on it, to be fair, into the pads. But if he didn't, he was right in front of the stumps. I'm sure we'll see a replay. We are about to have a change. Christ, I've got to let people in, and everyone's in. So who is going to take over? Al, you're going to do some ball by ball.
I am.
Nestlers is going to join us on the socials. All right, Nestlers, it's been a while, mate.
Oh, blimey,
it's been a while.
It has. And then Dave, you're going to have to come here and play jingles. Whilst
Oh, my lord.
yes,
Okay.
this computer, you know how to do it.
Up to a point.
As Dave gets into position to go harder on the jingles. Right, Nestle boy.
Yes, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. Did you see Egan at Roland Garros?
Sorry, say again?
Did you see the women's final from Roland Garros?
No, and I'm glad I didn't really.
Yeah, it was predictable. Adil Rashid to bowl his second over, and that is clubbed by Maxwell over mid-wicket and deep mid-wicket. It's gone flat, and it's gone hard, and it's just bounced inside the sponge for 4.
He was looking a bit scrappy early on, but he is due, isn't he? He's got about 9 runs in the last 32 innings. So he's kind of... it is time for Maxwell to do his thing.
It is.
Dave, I've got my bucket hat on and I'm prepared to go harder.
Are you stripped to the waist and covered in lube, though?
Well, let's deal with that as
Not
Maxwell puts deep backward square, moves across Livingston, I presume, and that will be a single.
That would break YouTube, I think.
So just an inside edge with relation to the LBW decision that we were talking about with the last ball of Woods over. Australia on 90 for 2 in the 9th over, which, given the way that this inning started, is a moral victory. An inside edge by Mitchell Marsh just evades the stumps.
It's good to see proper bowling, isn't it? Especially after the nonsense that Will Jack served up earlier.
Well, it wasn't great.
Oh God, it was real village stuff, wasn't it?
It just was not great.
Yeah.
Rashid in, 4th ball of the over, slogged from a mile away from outside off stump by Marsh. And again down to the 45 on the leg side. Horribly mistimed, no run.
No,
5 off the over.
I don't think it was very smart of Butler to bring him on that early, especially after they've already had 1 over a spin. He felt like he was gone right from the first ball.
Yeah.
But I think England pulled it back quite well since the first couple of overs.
Feels that it's more of an even contest. It's too short from Adil, and it's been pulled to the short boundary by Marsh, and that is 6 runs and possible broken solar panels.
Oh, that was a remix of Mog there.
Yeah, that is 95 metres, 6 on any ground. That's the one. Just.
Oh, good. Another panel's gone down.
The ICC are paying to have these repaired, though.
Yeah.
1 ball left of the 9th over. 96 for 2. Marsh is now on 14. Maxwell 8. But the bulk of the scoring was done by the openers, both of whom are back in the hutch. Once again, been swept as much on length as anything. Maxwell do the first decent thing he's done this game, which is to throw the ball back in from the boundary.
Yeah,
At the end of that over went for 12, very much an Australian over, 97 for 2 after 9.
Farong says the other match, the Saffers need 23 from 27 with 6 wickets in hand.
Yeah,
That's
they
a
were
few
12.
minutes more.
They were 12 for 4, so that's been quite the partnership. Although, by my reckoning, it's 79 for 5 now. So I think there's been a wicket.
The fun porn bot says, Bear, let me know if you need a sugar and spice employee sent round for some relief.
Always at all times, at all costs.
A sugar and spice employee? What's that?
Don't know, but I want one.
Yeah, it sounds good.
The fact that we don't know,
I'd give it a go.
That's the White Line Wireless cat rescue.
Okay.
We're going to have a change in bowling.
Oh, do I have him? Can I find him? I can't seem to see him. He doesn't seem to be... Oh, there he is.
Chris Jordan's back will make him cry. More England caps will soon draw nigh. Or if they don't, then it will seem he'll wish it joined.
It is Chris Jordan's day, and this one is back of the length. Slapped out to deep cover by Marsh. That'll just be a single. South Africa need 25 of 18 deliveries.
Yeah, Will Jacks owes the team a bit of an innings, I think, today, which he's more than capable of doing.
Yes.
But,
yeah. There is.
But I don't think they're going to offer up long ups outside off stump to him, though.
Well,
which looks very generously did.
One can always hope. Jordan into Maxwell. This one just tapped into mid wicket, which is pretty vacant. Only there was a song called Pretty Vacant. And that's an easy single.
Pretty vacant.
Indeed.
Marsh is looking very in control, isn't he? He doesn't seem like he's going mental. He's just making sure the ball hits the middle of the bat every single ball.
Yeah.
25 from 19 is needed by South Africa. Farong tells us. 5 wickets in hand.
Come on, New Hollands. Come on, you Dutch.
Australia 99 for 2 as Jordan comes in. This one's a Yorker, Don Midland leg. Flipped towards deep square leg. Is there 2? No. Sorry, deep leg. Is there 2? No. That's the 100 up in the 10th over. So,
yeah, need
whilst England have managed to pull it back from being quite a scary run rate at the beginning of the game to something which is still not great but manageable and doable.
Yeah, wickets are needed in the next over or two, really, aren't they?
You would hope so. Another Yorker length delivery is just pushed towards extra cover. No run.
Any thoughts on the Jordan versus Curran debate at that sort of, where's he bat 8? Kind of, yeah, 'cause Jordan's so good in the field, isn't he?
Yeah, it feels like the margins aren't great between them. I mean, 18 months ago, it would have been a completely different discussion, but they seem to be much of a muchness. Jordan in onto leg, well, just off leg stump. Just tap down to short fine leg. Single taken by Maxwell.
If there is a lull in T20, is this it?
Yeah, it's the boring middle over.
Yeah, it's the boring over before the obligatory drinks break.
Yeah, do they have the drinks break at 10? Yeah, it is at 10, isn't it? It kind of doesn't seem really worth it, does it? Really, 10 overs, having a drink.
It might be hot out there. Slightly back of a length. Played to the edge of the circle between point and cover. And
out
take a single, 5 off the over. And we're going to have our drinks break.
Yes, I'm going to have my drinks break as well. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, there's only one tweet that's come in for me to read from the Pornbot. I've told Cat to desist with the sugar and spice name unless their rescues are willing to do massages for money.
Well, while you're looking on YouTube, South Africa are 88 for 6 with one ball left to go in the 18th over. 16 off 13 balls. Miller though is still at the crease, 41 off 46.
Should we switch to that game then? That looks more fun than this one.
I mean, rather than be observant, I can read.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Wait till the England innings, Dave. This could be exciting.
Oh, I hope so. I'm a little bit nervous about this this particular fixture, especially after the rain out the other day. Because it just takes one little slip, and then it's the horrible slippery slope to oblivion, isn't it?
In the sort of league table, England need to win this, do they? Or do they? What's?
I
haven't followed any of this tournament, by the way.
The math is a little bit complicated, but I think if we win our other 2 games, we get through. But it may end up that if Australia are playing against Scotland in the last game, and Australia are already through, they don't have to play that hard against Scotland to knock us out. Of course, they would never do such a thing, but it is possible. So,
it is possible.
So yeah, who else I got to play? We've got to play Oman and
Namibia.
Namibia, I know they lost against Scotland, but I think they're a pretty decent side. Especially with David Weiser.
The game got away from them against Scotland in a hurry because it looked like they were doing all right, limiting Scotland's runs in the first half of the innings, and then one good partnership, and that was that.
And there's been odd things going on. I mean, not the least of which was New Zealand wearing green. Did you notice that? They're not the black caps anymore; they're the green caps. It's very, very weird.
Well, that's just not right.
I know. It's just I was very confused when I was watching the game.
Didn't they used to, back in the day, back in the early days of the jump cricket? Didn't they used to wear brown?
It was a sort of beige, an ironic beige they used to wear.
Ironic.
But
what other types of beige are there?
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, no, I mean, if you were Valdunican, you just don't do irony. You just do beige. You'd have a beige cardigan on at all times. But
with those leather brown buttons.
If anyone out there in the Swissphere can explain why are New Zealand wearing green, please tell us.
Archer back into the attack for the 11th over. This is slogged from outside off stump. It will go all the way down to long leg. How badly was that this time? By Marsh. He'll take a single. He's on 19 off 16 balls. Maxwell 10 off 11. Both batsmen you feel kind of bubbling underneath the surface.
New Zealand are in the teal kit from the 90s, says Chief Wardo.
Well,
and Muttley as well.
Yeah.
So teal.
It's green.
That's blue, isn't it?
The bluey green.
Green.
It wasn't nice. It was very disconcerting. There's certain things you need in this world.
Archer in again. Maxwell swipes at a short ball outside off stump. Plays it to deep mid wicket. Salt will throw the ball back in. Single taken. 104 for 2.
Isn't there an Aston Villa player called Teal?
I don't know.
Sean Teal. Or am I dreaming it?
Please tell me he's from New Zealand.
Well, I don't know.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Archer in. Outside of stump, and that is mistimed. Marsh looked to play the ball, hoik the ball towards the leg side field, and in the end, it's fielded by Archer, his own bowler.
I think it came off the toe of the bat.
Yeah. Second slower ball there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he just got done by the lack of pace.
Yeah. 120, 117, 119 kPa. Certainly not blistering in from full speed by Archer. This one though has gone over mid wicket and it's gone all the way for 6. ironically, the faster he bowls, the further it goes. Although that one only had to go 75 metres in order to make it for a maximum.
Oh, Jofra's not happy about that, is he?
It's alright. It's alright, Jofra.
It's alright, mate. Let's give him a cuddle.
Yeah, cuddle did the trick.
Yeah, I think so.
South Africa have won, by the way. Australia, though, 110 for 2. This one is wide outside the off stump. Played away to Livingston, who was at deep cover. That'll just be a single. So we talked about them needing like 18 runs or so off the final 2 overs or so.
Yeah.
Well, Miller got them all in 5 balls.
Of course he did.
Yeah. Going back to the the New Zealand kit, it was down to sponsorship. They had a Clear NZ, which was their sponsor.
This one, though, is kind of a nothing shot from Maxwell to a ball outside off stump. Maybe trying to sort of dab it down to third man. He's angry as hell with himself. So that's the end of the 11th over, and it is 111 for 2.
I think I read Maxwell's lips there, and I think he described something as part of female genitalia. In a single syllable way.
Yeah, he was. He registered disappointment.
He was. Yeah, it was great. They did a close up on his face, and it was like definitely which I can't possibly say on air.
A Bradnam.
A Bradman, indeed. Yeah.
It's going to be Wood.
Pornbot wants to know: were the New Zealand the brown shirts?
No. Wasn't that Oswald Mosley?
Yes.
Or Coventry City back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Some dodgy kit. Wood in, chipped through mid-wicket by Marsh. Is there a fielder out in the deep? There is. One-handed barefoot.
Oh, you twat!
Wood has misfielded, and they will ultimately take 2. Oh, it hit the stump, sorry. And as a result of it hitting the stump, Livingston's throw hit the stump, and off that, an extra run is added to the total. Opportunistic running from the batsman. But it's 2 to Marsh.
Surprised the game hasn't sold out. There's quite a few spaces in the seating there.
Probably an indication of how much it costs for a ticket. Marsh comes down the track, puts this ball. Cover is deep and limits things to a single.
Yeah, I know the New York tickets are extortionate, but I don't know about how much they're charging in the West Indies.
I think just basically ICC tickets are extortionate.
Yeah.
Seems to be the way of things for major tournaments, irrespective of the sport.
Well, I mean, New York was ridiculous because I had a look at tickets for that. You couldn't get anything under about 300, 400 quid.
Jesus.
And that was just, up in the nosebleed seats.
Yeah. Under the fraudulent statement of growing the games. Wood is in again. This one is on the legs of Maxwell. He's hit that hard, he's hit it flat. And Jordan can't get round at mid-on. And that is 4.
Come on. 1 2 ka 4, 4 2 ka 1. My name is Lakhan. My name is Lakhan.
Still cheaper than going to see Taylor Swift.
I wouldn't mind going to see Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift takes longer than a T20 though.
That's true.
Plays for like 3.5.
I can't name a single song. But
I've seen the concert on Disney Plus. It's quite the event. Wood in. Maxwell gives himself room, but mistimes this. 10 mid-wicket. No run.
I went to see Negative Approach last week. I'll stick to that.
Yeah.
Negative Approach, what's that?
American hardcore punk band from the early 80s.
Okay.
With the angriest man in rock music as the lead singer.
That is quite the title.
Yeah, I'm going to
The clue is in the title.
Yeah.
Wood herring in. Maxwell again tries to give himself room to cut this away on the up, but he cannot make contact. And that goes through to the keeper for no run.
This is much better bowling now.
He stayed on his feet as well.
So far, he will go down.
He hasn't gone down yet. Has he gone down yet?
Oh, there's Chucky. There's Chucky. Bless him. 1
ball left in the 12th. The run rate has dipped slightly below 10 for the first time in quite some time. What is in? This one's been attempted to be played and beat. Short fine leg. Rashid fires the ball in really quickly.
That's really well stopped.
This is the stumps and really well backed up by Mark Wood. That'll be a dot ball, and that's the end of the over. 12 in the books.
Stephen Graham, a Whitstable man, has tweeted in.
Haha, I know this man.
Ask Dave about the new Taylor Swift record he's worked on.
Well. Yeah, there's a bloke called Phil Rambo. Do you remember a song called "There's a Bloke Works Down the Clip Shop Swears He's Elvis"?
He's Elvis, yeah.
Well, I was sitting around with him the other day and I went, wouldn't it be funny if you rewrote that as "There's a girl works down at Walmart, swears she's Taylor"? So we did. And he just wrote a whole bunch of songs that were either about Taylor Swift and or Walmart.
Wasn't that original song Kirsty MacColl?
It was Kirsty, yeah. Kirsty was one of the co-writers on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So available at all streaming services. Philip Rambo. There's a girl works down at Walmart, swears she's Taylor. Not that I'm, about self-promotion any particular way, but I'm so glad you called in, Steve.
Feel free to promote, Dave.
Yeah. So, 12 overs gone.
The only issue
still
with that,
able to bowl 3,
and I'll tell you after this ball.
Jordan's going to bowl the 13th over. It's going to be our last over together, then we're going to have a bit of a switch around. So Jordan coming in, 5 off the first over, but a low full toss just outside off stump is played down to longer off for a single.
You've got to be careful with criticising Taylor Swift because her fans are vicious on social media allegedly about anyone who says anything.
I'll tell you what, she's a great writer. She really
negative about her.
I really think she's a great writer. She can pretty much take any subject and knock something out. Really, she's a real pro. She's put out
I like not the country album, but the folk album that she did.
There's a couple, weren't there? She did those during lockdown. It was Evermore.
Folklore's really good.
Yeah, no, they're my 2 favourite records. But there's always a good tune in there. She's just a pro. Yeah. And works hard. We like hard workers.
We do.
Okay, so Maxwell, is he going to go? He's got a bit of a I'm going to have a go look.
Yeah, the launch pad is there. 15 off 17.
Oh, go on, Jordan, get him out.
That is that way outside off stump and an ugly shot. Attempt to the outside. Square leg can't get to mid wicket in time, and ultimately it's a dot ball. But why? Well, that obviously premeditated to flick it to leg.
There was a lot of data there. Here we go.
He's had to throw himself at the ball. I think it might well have been a wide outside off stump if he get.
It would have done, and he went all the way across, but only got the bottom of his bat there, and then it went flying up in the air in the middle of fielders, and Johnny Bairstow was running around on his one leg and couldn't quite get there. Oh, he's had another.
This one is in a similar sort of space. He's flapped at that. It's he's got it slashed outside half of the bat, and it's flown over third man for 6 runs.
Oh, sorry. Oh no! We'll have to go without that. There we go. Go on.
I believe in miracles. Since you came to bat, you're 60
Yeah, Maxwell's kind of going into mental mode now.
Well, it brings up the 50 partnership in 40 balls.
Yeah, no, they've been batting well.
And that's, again, just about as wide as you can get without... Oh, it has been called a wide.
But it went over the bat. I mean, he got right across to it, didn't he?
Yeah, but if it's outside the blue line, outside the off stump, it will be a wide, and it is... I don't know if you can review the column inside. That's right on the blue line.
Yeah.
I think you can feel a little hard done by there. Can Chris Jordan, but it's a wide. The score's now 126 for 2. Halfway through this 13th over. Maxwell now on 21 as Jordan is in again. This one's short and wide, and Maxwell prods at that. Deep cover can't get there. Played slightly behind square, and it will go for 4. It's not in any manual, but it is effective.
In many ways, you can't really tell when Maxwell's batting well and when he's batting badly, because his arms and legs are going all over the place, and you don't really know what. But if they hit the middle of the bat and they go out the ground, they hit the middle of the bat and go out the ground. 56
off 43 is this partnership. I think if our colleague Andy Ward was here, he'd say that this is too slow, as that is a Yorker length delivery wide at the off stump, and that will be bunted down to long off for a single.
Stephen Wall, Dave, thanks you for the Oswald Mosley mention. Going to get a bit of history in every so often, haven't you?
Yeah.
We're here to educate, entertain, and all that.
We've got pop culture references all over the map.
Yeah.
So, in just a moment, it's going to be Bear coming back on with Mog and John. He's going to come.
Where is Mr. Bear?
Summarising.
I don't know any other media outlet would talk about Taylor Swift and Oswald Mosley in the same commentary.
That's going to be too wide. Yes, it is too wide. And we will have that final ball again.
Clueless middle-aged man says, I know a girl called Taylor who drives a Suzuki Swift. Is there something I'm missing there?
It's a car called a Suzuki Swift.
Okay.
It's a real thing. You occasionally see him. See him more in America than here.
Jordan's over has gone for 10, 12, 14 as he pulls out of this.
Well, while he's pulling out, I'll just say Old Fart at Play says, can I have a shout out to my daughter Poppy as I'm making her listen as we eat in the sun in Ireland. Hello, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Get into the game, Poppy. It will serve you well.
I hope you're eating good stuff, Poppy.
I like the name Poppy.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Yeah.
What's her surname? Poppy Jeffrey. That's a good name.
Marsh on 30. He's facing this last ball of the 13th over. And Jordan eventually bowls it. 30 off 22. Maxwell 26 off 21. Both batsmen poised to go hard in these last few overs. Jordan is in again. This one again wide.
That's nice.
Cut away. Livingston will not get there again. And the ultimate upshot of all of that is that one's gone for 4 again. 18 off that over.
Oh, bid you all farewell.
And as Bear comes back in,
indeed.
136 for 2.
I'll just read one last mention on YouTube and then Mog, you're up to date. Pokey Bumfinger says, I've got Taylor Swift and Katy Perry mixed up for years, like their entire careers. God, I'm old. Well,
that can happen. Right, see you in the second innings.
Indeed. Who's doing what, where, what, who, where?
John is here. Just Dave didn't know how to let him in, so I shall get him in. Alright, Nessus, how are you, mate?
Oh, you're off.
I'm good.
Excellent. I'm sure we're on later together, aren't we?
We are on 8:13. You, me, and Mog.
Okay.
Set your clocks for that one, boys and girls.
First time I've commentated with Mog, I believe.
No, it's like the 9th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm just sick of it by now. We've done it so many times.
Anyway, it's John's going to take us through to the close. No, am I taking you through? Have I got this correct? It's me doing ball by ball Mog and then John summarising.
That's correct.
That's what it says on mine.
Okay, cool. Okay,
That's what it says on.
well, Liam Livingston is into the attack.
On mine too.
Excellent. Okay, Liam Livingston is into the attack and he's been reverse swept out to what would have been cover. I think they got through for a single. Tomorrow's the biggie as well. India versus Pakistan. Oh, it's all happening. Livingston's up to the crease, gives it a bit of air and it's worked into the leg side. Out towards the deep. They think about 2, but it's not there. Can't just get the 1. So England have kind of pulled them back. They'd like more wickets though, because these 2 are set. Although I say that, they're going along at decent lick now actually. 34 of 23 is pretty good. But it feels like they pulled them back from the craziness that was going on earlier.
Yeah, I think the dog and duck are just about back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like it's a big scoring ground. The boundaries are small, man. That one's turned a little bit. It's just been dropped into the offside, though, by Marsh off the back foot. Get themselves a single.
Better hope it's a road.
Yeah, pace off has obviously been the thing to do, and England bowled well. I mean, 2 overs went for virtue.
Otherwise, I think they're out of the tournament. So.
No. I would say that's not the case because Scotland will lose a game, probably to Australia, and therefore we just have to win all our other games.
Pretty clear.
And get our run rate up. I mean, yeah, it could be a close run thing. That's played out to deep mid wicket. They get a single. I mean, who else have we got left to play? We've played Scotland. We've got Oman. Oh, bowled, stumped. No, I think he's got his foot back. I think Joss was a little bit slow with his glove work there. I think he went to the stumps and then went again.
No, you don't say, Bear.
Yeah, and I think that Marsh probably got his foot back.
Butler was a bit slow with his glove work. I
mean, it should have been out. If he dragged his foot out, he should have been well out because he was a bit way down the crease.
Where have we heard that before? Butler was a bit slow with his glove work.
It should have been all one action. Those bells should have been flying off.
I'm not sure Mr. Butler has glove work.
Yeah.
You'll change your tune if he's gotten him out, though, won't you?
Probably not.
Well, he's dragged him out. Should have been out. Should have been out. Should have been. He missed him.
He's had 3 shots at it.
Yeah, he's got him anyway. Thank God for that. And he had enough chances. The stumps are broken, and Mitchell Marsh's foot is still not in the crease.
It's on the line.
I'll leave in the kitchen. I'll come out and have it at half time. But I just didn't want it to burn, Dave. Sorry, I put my pizza in, and then I had to come on and commentate before I could take it out of the oven. And I didn't want it to burn. So
save Bear's pizza.
Save my pizza, exactly. Well, Mitchell Marsh goes, and that's handy for England right at this point. He was going along pretty quickly. We'll give him a jingle to say goodbye.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says you're out.
And clearly, one side of the field is also quite short with the wind, it seems, as well, which makes it even shorter, one presumes. And apparently it's like a 40-mile-an-hour wind or something. It's quite a high-speed wind there. Well, that's why we hired. That's why we hired Kieran Pollard, wasn't it, for that information?
Help if you were hitting with it, that's for sure.
Yeah. So England have got to expect.
Generally speaking, it's been pretty woeful stuff from England.
Well, you don't know until both sides are batted. It might be one of those wickets that in T20 terms is a big scoring wicket, and there's not a lot you can do as a bowler. I mean, his boundaries do seem easy to... I mean, considering some of the grounds we've seen and some of the big hits that have fallen well short, this doesn't look like a ground like that. It looks like, you know, you can miss hit a 6 here, which is IPL styly, which means it adds quite... Well, exactly, but it adds quite a lot to the score, possible potential score, you know.
Yeah.
New batsman in. I'll give him a jingle in a second. It's Stoinis who hits that up to long off, gets himself off the mark, and there is no run. He has a jingle.
Here's a Marcus Stoinis, he's the solution, and all the side wants is a Marcus Stoinis, yeah.
Marcus Stoinis. Tim David
like that
next. Yeah, I remember when that was in the charts. Fuck me, it was a long time ago. Anyway, Adil Rashid is going to have another go now. New batsman in. He's going to get to bowl to Stoinis, who's only faced one ball. Feeling maybe they can get some. Huh? I don't know. The spinner seems to be able to be picked up today. Maybe it's difficult to bowl. I mean, that wind looks pretty strong.
Well, I mean, they've got to bowl another over of Rashid. They've got to bowl another over of Rashid pretty much. So.
Well, no, because Jack's. Yeah, probably for that reason. But Jack's has bowled an over as well. Moeen's bowled an over, and Livingston's bowled an over, and Rashid's bowled 2 overs so far, hasn't he? So.
Not what Jack's did was bowling necessarily.
Well,
yes, exactly, Mog. I was about to say that.
Swept.
I don't know that you could call it bowling.
Swept by Stoinis out to deep mid wicket. Get himself a single. I mean, Butler lucky to get away with it. He flicked at the stumps and missed them. Fortunately, Marsh was so far down the track that he had another go at it and managed to get him. Good bowling from Livingston. Got the old leggy to go. Adil Rashid tosses that one up. It's been hit. Is it going to be caught? It is going to be caught. Maxwell's now gone as well. England get 2 again in a little spell. Good time to get them as well. Just when they want to be accelerating towards the end. Makes life a little bit interesting. 2 new batsmen. Well, it's an Australian, so what else can I do but...
Fuck off! Just fuck off!
You were determined to play that, weren't you?
Well, now I'm getting feisty.
I would have used it for Warner myself.
Well, he was at the top of the order, and actually I was feeling a bit sheepish at the time. We were getting battered. But now we're starting to pull it back a little bit. There's a potential here for England to be able to pull it back significantly. If they get another couple of wickets in the next 2 overs. Still got Archer to bowl. Jordan's got a bowl. I mean, we've got a load of bowlers who can bowl, so we must have used up overs somewhere, so that they can also pick and choose who they want, suit the situation. Tim David is the next man up.
He's done all right.
Yeah, he has. Tim David. That's for the Hurricanes. Who is that? Brizzy Hurricanes or something?
That was BBL.
Yeah.
Hobart Hurricanes.
Ah.
He certainly bats like one.
Yeah, he's a big lad and he hits it a fucking long way.
He does.
But he's going to face up to Adil Rashid. 141 for 4. First ball is a leggy, and he just cuts it out to the man in the deep, Livingston. It's gone backwards and forwards, and Australia got on top. England pulled it back. Australia got on top. England have pulled it back. A couple of wickets should slow things down.
Yeah, you would think.
I think England would be happy if it got to 200. I think from here, if they could keep them under.
From here, definitely.
If they could keep them under 200 from here, well, in the IPL that would be maybe 80. You're looking at 220. It's crazy. That's a wide from Adil Rashid.
It's a wide.
Yeah.
Would have gone to first slip.
He comes in again. That's picked up. Oh, missed. I thought he'd actually got the hold of that. I thought it was sailing for 6, but he missed it. Did Stoinis, and it's taken by Butler. Just a normal leg spinner again. Turned a little bit. And he just missed it. Did Marcus Stoinis on the sweep. And again, that one's wide again. It's the one that sort of comes out of the house in front of his hand. He just pushes it. It's usually wide, and he can't beat the man at cover when there's no run. What are we looking at? Dismissals.
Oh, there's a typo in that graphic there.
Well, That was on a leg side. It swept. Short boundaries should go all the way, and it has. I don't think he hit that totally right. One hand off the bat, but it still sailed a long way into the crowd, and it's 6 runs. Wrong. That was just a bad ball, though. He shoved it in at the pads going down leg side. It was a free hit, basically, and he got enough on it. Some dancers in the crowd. And Rashid not happy. That was the last ball of the over as well. It was a good over up till that point. Yeah, he's a bit pissed off. 149 for 4, 15 overs, 5 left. Run rate 9.93. David is going to be on strike. Ah, the man who I really hate.
What was it you called him before?
I can't say it on air.
Matthew, Wade is the wicket keeper. Neville is gone, thrown under the bus. Trent Maxwell is the one he punched. Matthew, Wade is the wicket keeper.
I didn't realise you'd gone, John. I thought you were a bit quiet, and I look over and you're not there. That was just played out to the offside for a single. What happened?
You've muted yourself.
You muted yourself. I think
kicked
he's
me out.
Who kicked you out? I didn't.
System kicked me out.
Oh right. The joys of computers, eh?
I don't think it was my Wi-Fi, but yeah.
Yeah, that's full.
Yeah, wonderful things.
Exactly.
Hey,
Driven up to long off for a single. Can you hear us? Okay.
Well, at least Mr. David hasn't cut. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me? That's
yes, we can hear you. Fine.
Excellent.
That one's played back to the bowler, Livingston, who sort of kicks it down towards long on. They'll get themselves a single. I think. Yeah, must have done. Yeah. 3 singles, the first 3 balls.
Well, for that.
Yeah, she got. Oh, he got a toe end onto it. And booted it down towards long on.
Football skills for Mr. Livingston.
Yeah, Livingston in again. That's reverse. Well, that's got to be. If he hadn't hit, that's got to be out, hasn't it? Has he got a bat on that? If he's got an under edge onto his pad, then it's gone down as sort of what would be fine leg, a third man. But I would have. No, they're not going to review it, so it must have got bat on it.
It's been given as a run, by the look of it.
Yeah, it has been given as a run, in fact. So that must have been bat.
Yeah, he must have hit it.
Well, he tosses that one up, follows him. David tries to give himself some room. Outside leg stump. He gets followed by Livingston. Smart over. I mean, this is the thing. This is what Livingston offers you, actually, when all your other bowlers seem to be getting it wrong. He's pretty reliable. That's 5 singles in the 16th over. Ah, more food and beer. And marvellous. I know that'll be Brian. Thank you very much, Brian.
He's able to mix it up a bit, hasn't he, Livingston?
He has indeed. Tosses that one up, and shouldn't toss it up though, because that one's gone a long way back over his head. It's a small ground. It's gone a long way back. It's going to be 6 runs.
Ouch.
Yeah, and that's 2 sixes off the last 2 balls, the last 2 overs, when they've been reasonably good overs. Last ball,
a lot of
gone.
good work undone by
the last ball of
the over. Yeah.
Exactly. Got to get out of the over. 4 overs left. And
Dave Wood said cricket stateside, baseball in
have money on
London.
more than
Have I
200
entered an
mil,
alternative reality?
Yes.
Yes, clearly.
Yeah, there is baseball in London. Is it at Spurs?
Yeah,
Sure,
I think it is. I think it's one of the few places big enough to stage it, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, is it big enough? I don't know. Surely the pitch isn't as big as a baseball pitch.
Well, yeah. No, they're.
Jordan's back into the attack.
Receding.
That's wide and long outside off stump, and the first ball of this over is hit by Tim David over extra cover. It's a good shot, 6 runs. 166 for 4. It's not been great by England, it has to be said. I do think. I don't know. I mean, we've been a bit cowed in T20 terms in this tournament so far by the fact that we've watched a lot of cricket. Myself, I've watched a lot at some of the bigger grounds in New York. I've seen 2 or 3 games, which is like a minefield. Look, this is the same pitch that Scotland played England on. Scotland scored on whatever they did in that time. Dropped. Drilled at him. Would have been a fantastic catch because he really didn't have a lot of time. Tim David has just smashed that back at Chris Jordan. And knowing Chris Jordan, he'll be a bit upset with himself he didn't catch it. But it came back at him like a rocket.
Isn't he only in the side for
Anybody
his
could have held
fielding?
on to it.
Yes, he is only inside for his fielding, Mog, but don't have a lot of time
Catch
doing
the
that.
fucking ball, champ.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what Tim David might be saying to him. I know what you Australians are like.
Harsh but true.
Yeah.
Harsh but true.
I still might get my under 196. I think it's unlikely.
I don't think so.
No, yeah, it's possible. A couple of wickets again for England.
Slim.
Very slim, it is. Drilled back again, but not timed this time by David. It goes up to long off, where Jofra's fielding. It'll just be the 1 run.
Hello to Linux Leah, who's joined us.
Hi, Linux.
Under his trademark floppy sun hat.
Yeah, I mean, dishing out advice. Chris Jordan saying I don't need it.
What do you know about pace bowling? He says to him.
Exactly.
Keep your thoughts to yourself, champ. I'm doing alright.
Exactly that. He's gone for 30. He's been the most expensive. I don't know. Will Jackson's obviously the most expensive over so far. Jordan 2.3 over so far. Edged. Ooh, and then it bounced, and I thought Woody thought he had it, and then for a minute he lost it and was on the wrong line, but he managed to fall over and grasp it before it went past him. Shouldn't be a run. I mean, Stoinis can be savagely destructive. Tim David can as well. 2 big hitters. I mean, Australia have finally gone for the right strategy. They've gone for the big hitters and decided to go that way rather than old hands.
Yeah, they've certainly got plenty of power.
Yeah, they have now.
Messi's on.
Well, England have too. I mean, that's why it's such an intriguing matchup. I mean, you look at the sides; they're very evenly matched. That one is going to be out. That must be the longer boundary because Tim David has tried to smash that out over the offside, or he's toe-ended it, one or the other. But it's been caught deep on the cover boundary, and instead of a 6 or a 4 this time, we're going to have a wicket.
I won't look back, 'cause by the time that I do, you'll be gone.
I think he was hitting that into the wind, wasn't he? If I was looking correctly at the fielder's trousers.
That must be the 36 metre boundary instead of the the 34 one on the other side.
I'm quite sure one of the boundaries is 58 metres. I think it's 58 metres into the wind, so that must be the slightly longer boundary. It's about 64, 65 on the other side, but into the wind.
Terrible.
Oh no, I played Matthew Wade's jingle already, didn't I? Because they showed him as coming in instead of Stoinis.
Aha.
So that was a graphical error on their part that I completely just followed.
Yes.
Oh well.
That happened yesterday, didn't it? When we guessed that Delaney was going to
Yes, and he didn't.
come in, and then Doc instead.
Well, Matthew Wade with a horrible tash, and he is a man I hate. He is an annoying twat.
He's a good chap to interview.
He speaks highly of you.
I'm sure he does. Well, he's going to face up to Chris Jordan, who's coming in. Last ball of this over. It's going to be a wide down the leg side. Slower ball down the leg side, wide.
Yeah, not helpful.
Not really helpful. Can we hurry this up? I'm getting really hungry and we've got to send some food.
Speaking of the Aussies going away from old hands, Bear, I noticed that an old hand rescued South Africa from...
Well, yeah, I did say when they were 12 for 4, just chasing 100 and still with plenty of time to do it, just over a run a ball. You fancy David Miller to get you there these days.
And he did.
And he did, yeah. That's pulled nicely. Oh, my God. Oh, Jofra, you got to get around to that, mate. Last ball of the over has gone for 4 after the wide, which is really annoying. Jofra was having to come around for mid-on, and I think he thought he had more time than he did, and then realised he wasn't going to get it, and he didn't. And he probably should have. It would have saved England 2 runs, but nope, it's 4.
4 on the floor, and one more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4s are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
Over on the YouTubes, Peter Stewart says, "Hi, Stewie here from Arnhem Land in the Northern Territory. Cheers for the live stream. The wife's had a few and fell asleep and has a Prime app on her phone, but is unconscious, so you guys saved my bacon. Cheers."
Nice.
Hey.
And Yankin G-Man asks, "How's the Great Lily doing these days? Does anyone know?" I don't.
No, I don't. He's still knocking about, though.
I don't think he's died.
No, yeah, I don't think he's died.
No, absolutely not.
Adil Rashid is going to bowl. He gets reverse swept. Good bit of fielding. That's backward point. That's Johnny B. They'll get through for a single.
Quicker in the field than he looks is Johnny B.
Well, he didn't get to that catch earlier, though, did he? I didn't see where he started from, though. Tim David has a surfer dude look. He's a big chap, though.
He is a very big unit.
Well, 174 for 5 doesn't look so bad. When they were 80 for none after about 6 overs, it was
for none off 26 balls.
Oh, that's a horrible ball. We might. No, he's not going to get away with that. It got what it deserved. It was a full toss wide of our stump, and it was hit through the infield for 4 runs. Adil's not had a good day. Adil Rashid has not had a good day.
Should get boundaries.
He often starts. He started the last one quite poorly, I seem to remember, and I was thinking maybe he should give him a rest, and then suddenly he pulled it back and started bowling and winning games for us.
Taking balls in filth.
Well, the batsman pulled away. Wade's pulled away because he's a twat, and he's not happy. But then he's played the ball, so you can't complain about that. It's a dot ball. You played the ball, mate.
Very weird.
Shut the fuck up, Wade,
This is why I fucking hate him. You played the fucking ball. You pulled away when he was in his delivery stride. Then, rather than let it go on, you played the ball. That is a completed delivery. So fuck off.
Well, the umpire's not backing down, is he?
No, he's not, and he shouldn't do.
Didn't wave. Jesus.
Pulled out literally as he was delivering it. God, he's a fucking arse.
Just say it. Just
no.
Say it.
He's cut out to backward point by Wade.
Oh, you almost said it.
He is obnoxious. He's a fucking obnoxious twat. He's still popping off at the umpire. Send him off. Give him a red card. Give me a beer. I would ask Dave. I would ask Dave to deliver me some liquid refreshment, but I know he's got a bad knee, and that's quite cruel of me.
Yeah, they're still rowing, aren't they?
They are. Fuck off. You played the fucking delivery. Adil Rashid is hit. Has he got enough on that? Oh no, he hadn't. But it didn't go to the fielder. Chris Jordan's down at long on. They'll get back for 2. Well, that would have riled everyone up on the pitch, I'd imagine. Oh, you. Yeah, exactly. As big a twat as that Matthew Wade, says Dave as he delivers me a beer. Thank you very much, Dave. You're a star. Yeah, he should have been sent off. Attempted reverse sweep by Stornis. Oh, God, it's ugly. And why wasn't it fucking fielded? Idiots. There's 2 fucking fielders behind square on the offside, and somehow they've let it go between them. Johnny B and someone else, and it's gone for 4. That's ridiculous. It's all going off.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a horrible
another
shot.
over that we haven't got out of.
No. And it was an under edge. And why Archer should have gone for that?
Oh,
or did it? Well, it did go right between them. To be fair, actually, neither of them looked like they were getting it. It was very well placed. Quite luckily placed. I mean, it wasn't a great shot. It was an under edge, but he got it. Happened to get it right between the two of them. Adelshe's just still shaking his head.
Not very good from today, though.
But then Archer was making no attempt to chase it, and Adel was like, "Come on, boys."
Archer is made of the finest porcelain, though, so he's pretty
well,
fragile.
exactly. He gets off of everything, doesn't he?
Yeah.
2 overs to go.
England have decided if he can bowl 4 overs, that's it.
That's it. That's all he has to do.
Hide him somewhere, anywhere.
Muttley and Messi both say the reason Wade pulled out because there was a loud blast of music as Adel ran in. So fucking focus on what you're doing, Wade, you little shit.
Exactly. There's a crowd there too, and to top it all off, the little shit gets an outside edge that would have sailed to a slip in a proper game, but not in this form because no one's there, and it runs away for fucking 4 more.
I'm 4. Have you met me before?
I'd say it's a pretty good score by Australia. I'd say that the wicket looks like it's chaseable. I don't think it's well within the rounds of England's capabilities. The question is, can they pull it out? That's into Wade's thigh pad. We've just played out on the leg side and they've got himself a single.
Dan De Castro says 210, no worries. Looked worse at 80 for none.
Yeah, it did.
220 to be favourite.
Yeah, it reminds me of that game that England played against South Africa in the last one, when we were first in KT's flat, and they scored 222 or something. We need 223 to win, and everyone was like, we're out of this. And we did it with 3 wickets down. It was a fantastic game. Joe Root was playing in those days.
Basically walked home, didn't we?
Yeah, we did kind of. Yeah, we did it with quite ease in the end. But it was obviously a really big scoring ground, and if it's big scoring for one side, it usually can be big scoring for the other side too. So with a bit of luck, we'd have a good game. That's may have been a wide had it been left by Stoinis, but it wasn't, and it's a dot ball.
All dots gratefully received.
I think Australia will think they've done pretty well. At the end of this,
middle-aged man says, as an Aussie, Wade was wrong, the umpire was right.
Thank you. Archer in. It's wide again. Oh, nearly caught by Harry Brook, who I've forgotten he's playing today. Toe ended by Stoinis, just on the half volley at Harry Brook at full stretch to his left, at mid off. Oh, it was a very good stop in the end as well. Could have quite easily bounced over his hands. Good bit of fielding in the end. Well, that's a nasty one. You never know quite how it's going to bounce up.
Yeah, he's done well.
He's done really well.
Archer's
coming around the wicket to Wade. Oh, that's going to be... Please catch the shit! No! Fucking hell, there's no one there! No one inside the ring on the leg side. He's just dollied it up. They got back for fucking 2. And it's terrible. Terrible. No one there. Bowler can't get across. Should have been the simplest of catches. But no, of course, no one's in the infield on the leg side. God forbid. In a 20 over game. 193 for 5. Round the wicket. Last ball of the 19th. Oh, he's got him, surely. A reverse hoik for... He's appealing for a catch. Yeah, it's come off the glove.
Out.
It is
go on, review it, you little fuck.
Yeah, he has fucking reviewed it. Fuck off, Wadey. I think he's gloved it. That's what it looked like to me. It certainly seemed. Yeah, exactly. It is blind Joel. He certainly seemed to divert the ball before it got to Butler. Butler just went.
Surely, what is the point of?
Because he's fucking Matthew Wade.
Something like that, unless if you know you've.
Now what is Stoinis waving his fucking arms around for?
He just fucking loves a fucking fight, doesn't he?
That's why they picked him over whichever other guy it was.
I think it's actually come off his elbow, and he could be right. Yeah.
Well,
there you go. We're all wrong. It's certainly diverted.
Well, it was Joel.
It was Joel. Oh yeah, it was off. It's off his bicep. It's nowhere near his fucking gloves. To me, it looked like he came off his gloves.
I just wanted to pile on him. I didn't know if he was out or not.
Yeah, I think we all did. Turns out he was right, but I'm not apologising.
You two just hate him. That's the problem. You just hate
It's
him.
not. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem. It's Matthew Wade.
It's not a bug. It's
He's
a
just an
feature.
objectionable human being. He's all fucking mouth. He's so much mouth out of that man. Anyway, it was a dot ball, which is good.
England are fucked. I'm calling it now. They're going to collapse in their innings from the pressure.
They could well do. I'm not saying you're not wrong, Mayank. But they are also capable of chasing it down. And I've got to believe, because I'm an
I think that would
optimist.
be my suspicion as well.
I think we all have the suspicion. It's always the fear in the back of your minds, isn't it? It's like England losing to Iceland yesterday. Not a great omen for the competition to come.
But
What did they lose to them in?
Football.
Football, but probably not hugely
soccer.
relevant. Yes, soccer. Yeah.
Football.
Probably not hugely relevant.
No, I don't think there was a full side out by any stretch, was it? It was a kind of...
And also, who's going to throw themselves
Yeah, true. Who's going to throw yourself around?
into a friendly 100%?
Yeah.
Around the corner that you're fancied to win.
A week away.
Population of Iceland is less than the number of people currently milling about Gatwick.
Well, yeah. Stoinis is going to face up to the last ball. I'm still in this, you know. I can't remember what I went under. Something like 190. If I'd have got it in...
196, I think
it might have been 196.
6 or 8.
It's not going to happen, is it? Jordan's going to bowl the last over. In fact, it's going to be out of the picture after the first ball. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It was looped up back over the bowler's head, and once again the field was just a bit too wide. It didn't. I thought it was going for 6. It wasn't. It was dropping short. It could have been caught if it actually got round quick enough. But Brooke was too wide and couldn't get around. It bounced inside the rope and just then over the rope. And it's 4 runs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You can see it going away from him in the wind as well. He's constantly chasing it. He did have to come from a long way wide. The bowler can feel a bit disappointed, but not really, because
damaging runs for
the ball was the favourite. 197 for 5. He's followed him again. That's pull. Is it out to someone? It is. Deep mid wicket is out there. Johnny B, I think. It'll be 1 run.
Nick Vickers says, "Bloody Wade, that's the moral victory sorted."
Yeah. 198 for 5. I think England, after that start that Australia got, won't be too disheartened with that. They've basically gone along at 10 and over.
Australia will feel that they've done well, and England will.
Australia would have felt that Australia might
hasn't completely got away from them.
Well, exactly. England might feel that, and Australia might think we left a few out there because exactly that. 80 for none after 6 or whatever it was they were. You want to go on
Dan
it.
Castro says an hour ago it looked like 240.
Well,
this
exactly.
is fine.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I'd have pulled that back 220, 230, so, you know. But especially with the firepower. I mean, Maxie really didn't get going. Marsh seemed to, but then didn't.
Matthew Wade is a walking, living, breathing, defecating piece of human filth.
He is. Where's he from?
He's from Tasmania.
Is he Tasmanian?
Yeah, we don't claim him.
Okay.
Well, I don't.
Is there a Tasmanian
obviously
Independence
speak for all of
Party?
them.
That's going to be a wide. Jordan throws that one up. Slow, but very wide.
Another ball to be bowled.
Is there a Tasmanian independence movement?
No, there was a vague movement in the 80s to make it a Grand Duchy.
Uh-huh.
The Grand Duchy of Tasmania, but I think that may have petered out somewhat.
They don't want it wish to become a tax haven off the coast of Australia.
It'd be pretty useful.
Well, exactly. Make themselves very rich. That's
Closer
Furball.
to the Bahamas.
Hoiked into the leg side. There is a man out at cow. It's Phil Salt, and there will just be the 1 run. 200 up. 200 for 5 off 19.3. Australia will field a...
As he says, there's nothing like a match against Australia to get the bear in full fuck-off mode.
Absolutely. Dead right. I wondered how I was going to take this game, and that's really riled me up. And seeing Matthew Wade in the, well, green and gold.
You'll be off to the angry dome to eat your pizza and mutter imprecations under your breath.
Plus whatever food got sent through by Brian, who is
Slow
as
over
always
8
is a
penalty.
star. Oh.
Extra fielder inside the circle.
Ah.
Blame
three
fucking
balls.
Wade for that too.
Well, that's been hit up in the air and it's been caught. Well, you've got one down there. It's Harry Brook. And there may be only 4 allowed outside, but you've still got to not hit them. And Stoinis goes 30 off 17. Another decent innings without really setting fire. And we have to say goodbye to Stoinis.
You messed about, I caught you out. How's that?
Jordan's not bowled well, considering his first over went for loads, didn't it? But he seems to have come back reasonably well.
I think it was his second.
Yeah, got hit for about 20 odd, didn't he?
Loads.
Yeah, 20 odd.
Yeah. A number of Australians have got in and not really made the match-defining score.
No.
Well, let's hope they haven't, anyway.
Well, let's hope so. Yeah, exactly.
From an English perspective, let's hope they haven't.
Yeah, precisely. You want one of those guys who gets. I mean, there's a lot of people got 40. No one got 50. No one's got a 50, have they? I mean, they've all got a good look.
That Jack's over set the tone.
Yeah, it did really. And not the over after that. The over after that was Chris Jordan's first over. Or no, Woody's second over went
second
for
and the fourth over.
Woody's second over, yeah.
Went for fucking plenty. There was 40. I mean, there was 40 in those 2 overs alone.
Yeah.
45, 46.
Not good.
No. So it's not a bad comeback from him. That's short by Jordan into the pitch. They're going for a single. No, they're going to have a run out. Woohoo! I think wasn't on it. But I think Pat Cummins, basically Wade called him through because Wade is on 16 off 9, which kind of makes sense. I'm not sure Cummins really was thinking about that. And he tapped in, Wade was through. It is the sensible thing to do. Run yourself out. The man is in. And he is, supposedly, by being high up the order, a better batsman than you. If you're not going to score a run, you're out of being out and giving him a chance to score. 6 off the last
Same
delivery.
thing happened to Rashid Khan yesterday.
Did it?
I don't think Rashid Khan was particularly amused by it.
Rashid Khan can hit a long ball, though. But was Gurbaz in with him at the time?
I think it was still Gurbaz.
Yeah, well, he got 80, didn't he? So you kind of want him on the strike.
Definitely the right tactic from Wade.
Yeah, it was.
No, I refuse to give that man any credit.
That doesn't stop him from being a twat, yeah. Stark will be at the non-striker's end. We won't give him a jingle. Wade is going to take the last ball. The over's gone 4-1 wide, 1 wicket. 1 wicket caught, 1 wicket as a run out.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Can we finally get out of an over without giving away a boundary?
Maybe
Too
not.
late.
Yeah, we can. Driven up to mid-off. Ooh, no, you took. I think. Right, so it's been drilled up to. He was facing Wade, so it was mid-off. It was drilled up to. Then it was thrown in at the bowler's end. It was tight on a single, but I think Chris Jordan took the stumps. I think his arm dislodged the stumps just before he caught the ball. And I also think he might well have been in, so I don't think he'll be out. But then Wade thought about taking the 2 because he wasn't sure where the ball had gone. And Jordan's quick as a flash did manage to take the stump out of the ground with the ball in his hand, which is the correct way to do it. It would have been out. Yeah, and so Jordan took the bail off. And when he did, actually, I think Wade was in anyway. Then Wade got up. He wasn't sure where the ball was. And he sort of went to head off. And then Jordan's quick as a flash took the stump out of the ground. Ooh, that's close because his foot was in the air. When's the when it was the stump out? No, the stump's not. I don't think out of the ground. I don't know why we're really looking at this because it's the 20th ball. It's the last ball of the innings.
And it's going to be 1 run.
It's going to be 1 run, whatever. Because if he gets him out when he's turned around and gone back, he's been in and he's turning around. So it's still going to be 1 run. The only thing that matters is whether Wade is out in the scorebook in this instance. Taking an awful long time to fucking do this. He was in.
Technically correct, the best kind of correct.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. Right, so then yeah, he was in on the first one because for a start Jordan knocked the bird off with his stump, so he can't be out. He still had to take the thing. And then he left the crease, looking the wrong way. Jordan has stump and ball in hand, and does take them out the ground. Now, Wade's foot is in the air, in the air, in the air, in the air. It's still in the air. Jordan has now got hold of the stump, is lifting it out of the crease, and Wade's foot is still in the air. It touches the ground now. I don't think the stump is fully out of the ground. I don't even know what the law is on how far the stump has to be out of the ground. Presumably it has to have left the ground. No part of it is in touch with the ground for it to be considered lifted out of the ground. And therefore,
discussion over millimetres.
there's a discussion over whether the end of the stump is out of the hole in the ground. I don't think it is, boys and girls.
I don't think it is either.
I think the tip of the point of the stump is still in the ground, and therefore he is not out. Not out. Thank you. Woof.
There you go.
Yeah.
What a palaver.
What a palaver. That ends the Australian innings on 201. So
201.
England will require 202. Let's see who's entered the GPL and what they went for. Potentially. Oh, I'm going to go and eat, Dave. You can sit in here if you like.
I was going to chat with Mog.
Are you going to have a chat with Mog?
Yeah.
You're going to do it on air?
Why not?
Okay, you do that. I'm going to go and eat. I'll just tell you the score. Australia ended on 201 for 7. Which is, I think, is a good grab back from England. They were 80 for none after 6, and England have pulled it back from there. Small boundaries. One of them's with the wind and very short. The other one is not particularly long, but against the wind. There are runs to be had. The wicket doesn't look like it's got any demons in it for the batsman as such. Pace-off seems to be the name of the game. England were a bit slow to get there, and they did get hit for 42. There were 2 massive overs at the beginning, 42 off 44 or 46 off 2 overs in the first 4 overs. So Australia will go and gangbusters, and then England managed to drag it back. I'll leave you in the capable hands of David then, who's going to speak with Mog.
And I will see you later.
Yeah, cool.
I think I'll go over into your chair over there. Hello, Mog. How you doing, mate?
Hello. I'm super, thanks for asking.
What time is it over there?
It is currently 4:48 a.m.
Lovely. Is it getting light yet?
He says, turning around, looking at his blackened windows. No,
No.
probably won't be for a couple of hours.
Oh, it's always light here now. Because it's... hold on, we'll get into the other chair. It's going to take me a second.
There we go.
There we go. Back
Excitement
again.
builds.
There we go. It's it's quite hard to move around because I've got a fucked up leg at the moment.
Can't they just give you a transplant?
I'm actually having a huge piece of metal put in there.
You'll be a cyborg.
Yeah, well, I've already got a little bit of metal in there. They're going to take a little bit of metal out and put a huge piece of metal in, which is going to be very unpleasant. But a lot more pleasant than what I'm going through at the moment.
One would hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what do you think about this then? I'm concerned.
I have no faith in England chasing this down.
No, neither do I.
Someone in the middle order might put up a little bit of a late fight, but the top 3 or 4 will be done by time that scores 50, and the rest of it will just kind of fall away.
Well, it was those shitty overs at the beginning. I mean, Jack's going for like 20 odd. And who was the other one that went for 20 at the beginning? Was it Jordan?
Wood.
Wood.
I think it went Wood's second over.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 44 runs off 2 overs. So without that, so if they'd only got,
180.
Yeah, 180, which
70.
seems like a par. I think they are actually above par. Because
I wonder if they'll explain why they brought Jacks on to do that over. What was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, I couldn't understand that. And also, he was just lobbing it up for him. It was really village cricket. It was most disconcerting.
I don't want to say corruption, but
You just did.
Yeah. That's not going to hold up in court, then, is it?
No, I don't think it was corrupt. I think it was just inept.
It's poor choice.
Yeah.
Hindsight 2020, all that business.
Yeah. It wasn't though. I mean, I can kind of get it. I mean, Moeen had a good first over. There was What came first over? About 5 or something?
Yeah, sounds about right. 5
Yeah.
or 6. 5 or 6.
Yeah, but then All Jacks was just bowling like a child. And they treated him like a child, like a red-headed stepchild, and put him in the corner.
With the contempt he deserved.
Yeah, it really was. And then they were off. But then they pulled it back, which was... the whole middle overs... that was a weird innings from Maxwell. It was he looked like he was doing Maxwell things, but he wasn't really. Yeah, he was
not that I've really watched in the IPL, but he didn't seem to have a particularly good time playing that. So,
well, it's often I find with him I can't really tell whether he's batting well. Yeah, sometimes he gets lots of runs playing really weird, and sometimes he doesn't get lots of runs playing really weird.
That is the mystery and the magic of Glenn Maxwell.
I know he is quite a remarkable beast. Yeah, that Afghanistan
responsible,
was
the greatest single innings of all time.
It really was. Yeah, and he in that though he was just standing still and swinging his bat.
Oh, it's because he couldn't move.
I know he couldn't. No, it wasn't even a criticism. That was just his thing that he was doing
from the waist down, I think.
Yeah, it really was, and then he just kept doing it.
As opposed from the neck up, as often people may accuse him.
Yeah. So, but I think the Australian bowling is just a bit good, isn't it? Although Zampa could get taken apart.
Yeah, he's another jammy little bastard who'll somehow end up with 3 wickets despite not bowling anything overly good. I don't have a great deal of optimism in England managing to drag it back.
No.
And then we'll just write them off out of the entire tournament and jump on the Uganda bandwagon.
Well, no, I think we will lose this game and then scrape through and meet Pakistan in the final.
Pakistan?
Yeah. Well, Pakistan obviously will beat India tomorrow. That would be the most Pakistan thing to do after losing to the United States.
In front of a half-empty stadium because all the tickets cost somewhere above $8,000 US.
I still think they got sold out even at $8,000 a pop.
Yeah, not to be cynical, but they'd say that anyway, wouldn't they?
No, I think you'll see a full crowd tomorrow. I mean, I heard a really interesting statistic that the average income of new immigrants coming in from India is $350,000 a year, because there's so many that have gone into tech and into industries like that all over the country. So there are a lot of wealthy Indians in America at the moment.
Guess they can afford to drop a few K on a silly little cricket match.
Oh, well, I would love to as well. It would be a great pleasure. So the great thing about having money. You can spend it on ridiculous things. And more people that have more money, the better.
Never thought of it that way before.
Yeah. So good for them.
Well, a nice shot of Jofra there with his chain smashing his teeth out of his face.
I don't know how he bowls with that big, monstrous chain around his neck.
I said earlier on, there's no wonder he's injured. He's got to carry that thing around all the
I know,
time.
that's an extra couple of pounds of gold he's carrying around with him at all times.
He's got the net worth of Barbados on his neck.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit harsh.
No, I think they're doing all right in Barbados. It's one of the wealthier islands.
Not really up to date with the economy of the Caribbean, it must be said.
Well, Haiti's not doing too great.
Have they had another earthquake?
Is it an earthquake this week or is it a revolution? I can never remember, but they kind of alternate the two.
They'll be scheduled for one or the other fairly shortly.
Yeah, I think there's always something going on in Haiti.
Makes it a great tourist location.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pop down, be crushed under falling buildings which have only just been put back up, or be shot by a revolutionary chanting some sort of vaguely communist slogan. I assume there's still communist revolutionaries down there?
I don't think they really care. I think it's just like a bunch of teenagers that happen to have guns.
Just revoluting for the fun of revoluting.
Yeah. And here they come. Here come the England team. we have some batsmen.
Well, I shall bugger eyes off and let y'all do your business.
And who is Al? Al is ball by balling.
Yes, I am.
Bear is anti-socialing. And I'm summarising. Anyway, we've got this fella.
Prior ain't no loss, 'cause we found someone Sattler. Okay, he can't spell Joss, but he also can't spell Butler. Joss Butler. Just because he is Joss Butler. One S and two T's, Joss Butler.
And the other chap would be...
Get up on there. So salt, yeah, Phil is here. Want you to push it good into the offside. Scores runs around the park. There's no way you can hide. Push it. So salt, yeah, Phil is here.
Did you enjoy your pizza?
The bowler is going to be one of the heroes of the Knight Riders in the IPL playoffs. Was absolute dynamite in the playoffs, in the power play.
There he is.
Both in the semi and the final.
So you're not going to be just giving lollipops from off spinner from one end with a short boundary.
Doesn't feel like that's the way they're going.
No. That's a shame. That seems dreadfully unfair to me.
Well, the matter's relatively straightforward. 10 and over.
Yeah. I think England are capable of it. It's a question of how many wickets they lose early.
Third man and deep square legs seem to be the deep fielders. Mitchell Stark in. Yorker, as we might have expected, squirted down to fine leg. Salt got
now my is going. Great guns. I hit the ball. 4 runs. I hit the ball and it went for 4 runs.
We're ahead of rate.
Nice bit of disco dancing by Salt there to get his toes out of the way of that.
Yeah.
Cruncher.
Very much on the in-swinging full delivery.
It is what we would have expected from start. Nothing less than that. He was just off the mark. He's in again.
Ooh.
That is a Yorker length delivery wide outside.
Nah, it wasn't walking. It was a full toss. So he should have really
full toss wide outside the off stump, but not wide enough.
Wide enough for the batsman to miss it. He should have fucking got something on that, really. Didn't get across enough.
Nope.
If he'd have put his foot even marginally towards the ball, he'd have probably reached it.
Put his feet as if in concrete. Did not move. Stark in again. Full toss. Swinging towards the legs. Played out to deep square legs. Single taken. That's 5 off 3. And that will bring Butler onto strike for the first time of the innings.
Now, what can a skipper do? But one of those games against Pakistan, I thought.
Yeah, he got like 70 odd, didn't he?
He got an 80 in one, I think.
Yeah, that was the only one that they played, wasn't it?
No,
two were rained off.
Yeah, but there were 4. Was the last one wasn't rained off as well, was it? Or was it? I can't remember. I'm sure we completed 2.
Yeah, there were 2 games. I can't remember what you got in the other one.
We thrashed him in the other one as well. I think he did alright in that one too. Can't remember. Short-term memory loss, you know. Start.
In limp-wristed fend by Butler. Through his outside edge. And to the keeper. Is it Wade who's the keeper?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's a mouthy shit.
Yeah, we don't like him.
Yeah, he gave it the full, I can't believe you haven't edged that. So 5 for no wicket. 2 balls left of this first over. Start running in, left arm over the wicket. Attempted push by Stark, good ball just outside the off stump. And fielded by Stark, and there's no run.
So when did Cummings stop being T20 captain? Was that
after about a year or so ago?
Oh, was it?
Well, it was before the World Cup. I think they made a decision that Marsh was going to do it after the loss in the last World T20. I think maybe, I don't know.
Last ball of the over. That might be a wide. It is a wide down the leg side. Another attempted Yorker by Stark.
I thought that came off the pad.
Apparently not. Joel Wilson with his impeccable eyesight.
and White Stick. Knitting Melon. That's a great name. Menon.
It feels like it's the name of a bunch of villains in an episode of Star Trek.
Yeah.
As that last ball is pushed to extra cover. No run off that last ball, and it's 6 for no wicket at the end of the first over.
Bit behind the rate, a little bit nervous. Don't like it. I don't like it. Do you like it, Bear?
I'm cool with it.
You're cool?
Wickets are the important thing here. If you get a partnership together, it's chaseable. What's this? Twain is the driver for a window 95 compatible scanner. Old. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
That's the last message we had on YouTube. I think that might have been during the interval break. We had nothing on Twitter. Are you watching with us? Well, 102 of you are at least on YouTube, so come on.
Send us something. Send us a super chat.
Oh, look, it's Hazelwood at the other end. Can I have a jingle for Hazelwood?
Yeah, I believe we do, somewhere.
Probably at number 11.
There we go.
I'm afraid of Josh Hazelwood.
And that is pushed by Self to deep backward point. And that'll be a single.
They do
Self
tend
finding
to.
it a bit easy to get that on ball, isn't it?
Yeah, and they do tend to stick with their test attack in T20, which I find quite admirable about Australia. They're clearly the best bowlers we have. No question about it. Because you wouldn't think otherwise there'd be a space for Hazelwood in the side. And I always think he's a bit too much length, actually, for a T20.
Do you think he's a bit too predictable?
Well, yeah, I mean, well, I guess you could bowl 4 overs. I mean, if you're going to bowl him 2 or 3 up top, then he's probably pretty useful, because he's always useful with a new ball.
Deep backward point and fine leg are the deep fielders. This is in, and this is again beating the outside edge of Butler's bat. 84 miles an hour, kept low, but it bounced twice before it got to Wade.
Yeah, the wickets played pretty well. It's just that one low ball that got.
That
was low.
The odd one does seem to be keeping low, but in general, it seems to be a pretty fair wicket.
Yeah, there was that one that got Warner, wasn't it? That was
yeah.
Hazelwood in. Butler this time comes down the track and
that's more
thrashes that ball to and before backward point has had a chance to move 2 strides. The ball thuds into the sponge.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Nice shot.
That's your intent.
I mean, it's England's side. I've got to believe that they're more than capable of pulling this off.
200's within reach, absolutely.
It is going to depend all about wickets at the end of the day.
Feels that way. Bit of a patchy surface, isn't it?
I was just thinking that. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty, does it?
Not sure what's going on there. This one onto the pads. Not the best time shot by Butler. It hasn't raced away from mid-on. But by the time mid-on has done fielding, they'll be back to 2. 13 for no wicket. So maybe not the blood and guts and thunder and fireworks of the Australian opening few overs, but
they're bowling properly.
Start. Butler on 6. Hazelwood in, comes down the track. This one has been well timed and it has beat mid wicket, and that one will go all the way forward.
Give it to me 1 time. Give it to me 2 times. Give it to me 3 times. Yeah. Give it to me 4 times.
Well, it's as batter-friendly a wicket for England as it was for Australia.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what you got to think, and therefore is 200 enough, you know. I mean, reasonably short boundaries, wind helping on one side as well. It's makes for an intriguing game. I mean, exactly that. I mean, we were thinking after 80 for none after 6, we were thinking, shit, where are we going to get to? 240, 250? It's going to be tough, but having hauled it back to 200, it may not be such a bad score.
Last ball of this over is pushed to mid-on and an easily taken single will keep Butler on strike on 11, and England are 18 for 0 after 2 overs.
Reasonable start. Haven't lost a wicket, which is a good thing.
No, both looking good.
There's some fresh stuff on Twitter. People are in. Josie Oak says, I'm here drinking red wine and expecting a classic England collapse. Well, maybe. England on top after first over. Australia were 3 for none. England was 6 for none. Yes. It's 2 a.m. there. Bangladesh beat Sri Lanka 15 hours ago. Since then, Shiraz, brandy rum, Indian Pale Ale, and a good herbal green and purple Kush tea. Nice.
That's a balanced diet.
Yeah, it is indeed.
That's a full day.
Yeah, can I last out this match? Well, I hope so for all. It does look rather nice in Bridgetown.
It does, doesn't it? That's a blue sea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why haven't we had summer here?
I don't know. It's June and we really haven't had summer. Butler's taking a sticker off his bat. Don't know why. Maybe it's an illegal sticker. Oh God, I do remember this at the last World Cup. Batsmen had to take stickers off bats because they weren't official.
They weren't sanctioned.
They weren't sanctioned by the ICC, exactly.
Well, so long as the ICC are on top of that, then we know that all the other elements of how this tournament's been organised and played so far will be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be start to continue. This is one that's wide and full, and Butler is tempted into a thrash, which he fails to make contact with.
I think he's might fairly missed out there. Full wide one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be.
But no footwork again.
Yeah, well, they don't. No one has footwork these days. That's why, to be fair, that's why that pitch in New York is really doing people, because the feet don't go with. No one plays to the ball, do they? They just swing.
Yeah. And are you about to say that no one plays proper cricket shots?
No, I'm not saying that. It's just the way the game has changed, isn't it? I mean, by the fact that they get shitloads of runs, it's clearly another way to play the game.
Certainly is. This one is again full and wide, and Butler will chop down on it and get it down to third man for a single.
But when a wicket does something, those sorts of players get found out pretty quickly.
I think it's been great having one wicket that's really weird.
Yeah, it has been quite fun.
If they had all been like that, it would have been terrible, but having one.
Exactly. I
and
mean,
also the outfield being really slow. That's really
outfield really slow and quite big boundaries as well. It's quite fun.
I think that maybe to do something with the actual quality of grass, because over here we have like very fine, silky grass. Sorry, comes the ball.
Start coming in for the third ball of the over.
Bosh.
This one is on middle stump, and Philip Salt has hit that into orbit.
That's gone out of the ground.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to check. It might be in my back garden.
6.
Picked out sweetly. It was swinging right into the art. It wasn't on his pads. Pretty full.
But I noticed when I lived in New York, the grass was actually thicker. And
is it that kind of? Really
and I don't know if they're using that on pitch.
That 6 went 106 metres.
That's enormous.
Yeah, that's a proper 6.
Enormous.
There you go.
It's huge.
bare-chested man with drink in his hand is very happy about that.
Yeah.
Feels like that's not quite the superhero we've been waiting for.
No, it was not.
Bare-chested man with drink in his hand. Star, how will he respond? With one that goes down the leg side. It hit the pad, so it won't be a wide, but that's all that it had going for him. By the time Wade drops a glove and gets down to it, it's going to be a leg bye.
Swing.
Yeah, there's a bit of swing at the start. I can hear John in the background.
You can.
Yeah, it usually is the right ball. I think with the wind as it is as well, you probably get swing maybe a little bit longer. But pace.
Both batsmen have 12. 26 off 2.4 overs.
Yeah, this is perfectly acceptable.
This one full wide and cut away with some good timing by Butler, but straight to Glenn Maxwell. You can be a bit of a magnet for the ball.
Yeah, you can be. Well, they always put him in those positions, don't they?
I love that thing that Butler does, where he gets the bat almost flat on the ground.
Yeah,
as a shot.
It's like a hockey shot or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Full wrist.
He had a reasonable IPL. He got a couple of centuries, didn't he, in the IPL? Butler?
Yeah, his team was top, and then he left, and then they weren't.
Yeah.
Last ball of this.
Oh, that's got to be a wide. It's got to be a wide.
Yeah, it is a wide.
Wade did the traditional wicketkeeper trick of applauding the wide ball in the vague hope that it would discombobulate the umpire. Not so. 27 for no wicket. One ball left in the third. Target 202.
Oh yeah, well wide. It's almost outside the white line, isn't it?
Yep.
Stark in.
Oh. There you go.
Little stump. Butler
was it 6?
I think
a deep mid wicket.
I think that was 6.
I'm not sure it was, because the way it went over the thing implies that it probably hit the ground just before it got
There's been no signal. I think we will go to the eye in the sky.
I think they're going to look at this. No, it's hit the ground.
No, it's hit the ground. It's a 4. It's one of these.
Just 4.
Just the 4.
Just 4.
Puff of sand from just before the boundary sponge. And therefore at the end of 3 overs it's 31 for no wicket.
Exactly on target.
Exactly. We got any messages from the world of social media?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
While Hazelwood prepares for his second.
Mog says, P.S. Fuck Matt Wade, shitty little... I'm going to say it, cunt. I don't normally say it, but yes. Just for you, Mog. That's how I feel about him. More cracks in his Barbados wicket than in Hunter Biden's party.
Hazelwood in first ball. Slightly slower delivery. Swing and a miss by Salt through to the keeper.
Oh, was it?
What was that about Hunter Biden's party?
More cracks in his Barbados wicket than in Hunter Biden's pantry. Sorry.
Yeah, come back to me when you got. Yeah, I'll take the 34.
Yeah.
Guilty, please. Salt comes down the track to it, falls short. This is an attempted pull on the move, but no contact.
Indicating it
to the keeper.
Indicating it took off a little bit. Josh Sand, don't worry, chill. We got time.
Very, very relaxed, Jofra Archer there.
Yeah.
I imagine he's really good at relaxing.
Yeah, he certainly looks like it. It's his highest strike rates. Phil Salt's number 4 on the list. Anyway.
Very high.
Cuts that one, does beat the man.
Oh, that's class. There you go. It was one of these.
Sorry, I realised I just did your job for you there, man.
That's alright, you did it.
I have a habit. I have a habit of that.
That's alright.
That was a nice
You're
shot,
good
though.
for it. It's
It was a good shot. Timed it well.
Was a good shot. 35 for no wicket as Hazelwood comes in, 4th ball of the over. And this one is hit Salt, probably on the upper thigh, front leg.
That's not a bit toe end in it? I don't know.
I think it was. I think it came off his hip.
I'm going to look pretty confident. Who's next in?
Jacks.
Will Jacks, that's right.
He owes us.
Does owe us. He owes us at least 22 for that crap over. Johnny B.
Don't come back in until you've made 20. Hazelwood in. This one again, cut away behind square, and that will go to the boundary as well. Another brilliant field from Salt.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He's nicely on his toes there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just lovely cut shot.
Well, he had a reasonably good IPL. Did he get a ton? I don't think he got a ton, did he? But he got, or did he? He got.
I think he got quite a few really big, like opener totals. You know, like 60s and 70s.
Yeah, in double quick time as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we had a super chat though.
Last ball of the over. This one on the leg side, pushed out to square leg, and that'll just be a single. And 40 after 4 overs.
This is perfect. This is just exactly what they should be doing.
Thank you very much. M sends us €5 and just says, have a well-earned fiver. Big up all gorillas. Thank you very much, M.
Oh, thank you, M.
Thanks, M.
And who got us our chicken today?
That was Brian got us the chicken.
Brian. It was great. Very spicy.
Yeah.
So what was it? Was it fried chicken?
Fried chicken and chips.
Fried chicken and chips.
And there were some cokes there, which I did not partake in.
No, I can't do them with diabetes.
No? You got diabetes?
Yeah, type 2.
Oh.
Fat person's disease. You know.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I can understand that.
Shit happens. You get old and these things happen, I suppose.
I know. I've got... I can give you my old man list.
Anything else have we got? Twitter? Not telling me anything? Alistair Winstanley says, offering me a lifeline of live cricket commentating whilst in US legends. Keep it up, lads. Thank you very much, Alistair. Our pleasure.
Changing the bowling. One fast bowler replaces another. Paceman Pat comes in. Ball outside off stump. Well hit by Salt. It's going to be well in front of square on the offside field, and they'll come back for a leisurely 2.
Well, at 10 and over, we're out of the rate, although we are on a power play and there's only 2 men out.
Oop. Do you want to jingle Pat Cummins?
Yes, let's find him. There he is.
There he is. I love Gary Sober's head. It's really, he's like the Mekon.
Paceman Pat and his baggy green cap. Early in the morning, just before the warm-up, he has to pull out with a dodgy back.
This is cut away again by Salt in front of square, just over the fielder at the edge of the circle. Warner will dive and sprawl and maybe save the boundary, but they're back for an easy 2 again. They could place all the shots like that and make Warner absolutely desiccate himself by, just over the top of the fielder. That extra cover.
Yeah, David Warner without a moustache.
Yeah, it's all wrong.
It's,
do you reckon it's a bit like Samson's hair?
Yeah, could be. He looks weird without a moustache. He looks weird with a moustache. He looked weird with the beard. He's just a weird looking bloke.
Yeah.
Deep cover and long off, I think, for Salt. Or long on for Salt. For the 2 deep fielders.
Oh,
Yorker. But straight to the fielder at the edge of the circle. Short line leg on 45. Zampa.
Zampa looks like he's got his mullet back.
A yard either side. That's rocketing away for Paul. Well, dot ball.
Yeah, Warner batted all right today.
No, he did. He was gifted some, but he was timing the ball pretty well until he got out. That one's a slower ball by Cummins, wide outside the off stump, and that befuddles Salt.
Yeah, it's a really good ball, that.
Just inside the tram line.
44 for no wicket in 4.4 overs.
So this ground's had a bit of work done to it, isn't it? I don't remember it having the big flat stand before. Is that all new stuff?
It kind of looks, some of it looks very new, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, certainly the solar panels.
Is the sober stand the one that looks like shit?
Yes.
Have you been to?
No, I've never been to
Bridgetown.
Cummins in, full toss outside the off stump, and that goes between backward point and a wide fourth slip, and that's got 4 all over it.
Come on.
It's doing all right here, Phil Salt.
Yeah, no one moved. Bowler didn't move. Batsman didn't move. Fielder didn't move. Last ball of the 5th over, 48 for no wicket. Again wide, cut away, backward point does do the work. Maxwell in the game again, but 8 off that over, and 48 for no wicket.
The random win predictor, I think it showed like 65% chance.
Yeah, 65-35 for Australia.
I think it's more like 50-50 at the moment.
I guess runs on a board count 60-40. But I still... let's see what the bookies say. It'd be interesting to see what the bookies say. Always interesting to see what the bookies say.
Have you got any money involved at the moment?
No, I've lost a few bets already today, but I won on the GGs earlier, so, you know. It's all swings and roundabouts.
Oh,
I'm going to have Marcus Stunt.
There he is.
Now, he's a man who should go for runs if you're going to win this game.
Here he is.
All the side wants is a Marcus Stoinis. He's the solution, and all the side wants is a Marcus Stoinis. Yeah.
Stoinis will come in, last over of the power play. Pushed by Butler, but can't get past cover.
The bookies have Australia at 13-8 and England at 13-10. 13-8 on, and England at 13-10. So
yeah,
it's pretty even. It's pretty evens.
From this Malcolm Marshall end, the way that got the bats, everything's shortest offside.
Oh wow!
And that's where he goes over the top of the field. A couple of bounces, no fielder within 20 yards, and that's 4.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Butler's used his feet really effectively.
Yeah, well, I think Stoinis is definitely a man he'll think about targeting. He's not particularly quick by Australian standards, and he's not really tall either. So the trajectory is quite nice at a pretty decent pace.
Let's see where we go. Butler backs away to leg. Stoinis follows in. Goes. It's pulled down towards fine leg, and that'll be a single. Salt back on strike on 28. So both batsmen going pretty well.
Yeah, they are looking good, and calm as well. There isn't much frantic stuff going on.
So, in terms of runs on the board, the Aussies had about, what was it, 72, 74?
Yeah, they lost a wicket by now.
No, I'd lost 2. This one is just bunted in towards a vacant mid-wicket area. Would have been 2 in Nassau County, but here in Bridgetown, just the same. We've seen some of the wickets that Stoinis took against the Omanis.
Wow, it was against Oman, sorry. They should have expected to win that game easily, and I don't know. They did. Yeah. There you go.
Stoinis in.
Oh.
Butler backs away and kind of forces himself out of the shot, really. And then he dribbles as far as the edge of the circle. Travis Head tries the runner. Can't get it, but no run. 1 ball left in the power play. 54 for no wicket.
A bit behind where they were, but
that's fine. That's fine.
All 10 wickets in play at the minute. Stoinis in.
Oh,
put the down the track, and that's gone.
I thought it came off the helmet.
I'm not sure it did.
Did it come off the helmet? The ball definitely deflected off something.
I think it came off.
Wade took a really decent catch.
He did. I'm pretty certain it came off the helmet.
Yeah, they would have been a little bit more enthusiastic.
Yeah. No one is appealing. While we're kind of looking to see what's going on, I'm sure there'll be some sort of enforced timeout to check the helmet and replace it.
Yeah, it's come off.
It just grazed the helmet. That's
Yeah.
such a crazy thing when it just touches the helmet. I've got to change the helmet.
Yeah, but it is being touched at what, 80 miles an hour?
Yeah, but it's been grazed. It's not like this. I can understand if there's something actually damaged on there. But
I think well, best to check that there's damage, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the power play. 54 for no wicket.
He's had his helmet checked. It looks like it's going to be okay.
Yeah, the helmet will survive, I think.
There you go.
We're going to have Joe Wilson's done his best impression of Pete Townsend from The Who.
Very good.
As we see some highlights of some of the meatier, weightier shots, of which there weren't many. But the thing is, even though they're just short of the required 10 and over, they're going at 9 and over. It's now keeping it up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
and they haven't lost wickets in the power play as well. So.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen that sort of manic over yet, which is inevitably coming at some point, where someone starts clattering it out the ground nearly every ball.
Well, that's what you heard. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's enough guys that can do that are in the lineup.
Going to be Stark to bowl.
Oh.
And Salter's climbing.
No! That's 6. He's 6. He was standing on the sponge when he caught that. That's 6 runs.
And I think his foot clipped it on the way back as well.
That's definitely 6 runs. When he caught that, his foot was in the sponge, a la Trent Bolt, 2019 World Cup.
It wasn't quite as obvious as that, but I think it's definitely worth him a look.
I'm pretty certain he was out.
Travis Head is in no way celebrating.
No, he knows.
It is worthwhile highlighting this. There's no one running around.
You know what?
They've got a wicket or anything.
You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it.
So let's have a look at.
Yeah, he's
His foot is on the sponge.
Called it.
So
he knew.
Jingle away.
Yeah, let him have it.
Oof, that could be costly, couldn't it?
Not out.
And 6 runs, please.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
He doesn't do that. So.
Stark can't believe it.
Stark in second ball. This one is Fuller. And kind of chopped by Salt. Missed time down to mid-off. Take a single. And the score is 61 for no one.
Well,
Can that change the end of this over?
Yes, I believe we are.
What's going on after the end of this over? John B?
Nestlers, Mog.
No, there you go.
They're going to take you through the interesting middle overs. Yeah. So Salt's on 36 off 21 deliveries. Butler 21 off 17. It's gone right across the stumps. One hander off the bat, but that won't matter at all, as that one has gone over deep mid wicket. The 6th glorious run.
Sweet Jesus, one tongue over the line.
And as much as we knew what Head and people could do, they all know what Josh Butler can do.
Yeah.
It was 88 metres, and as you say, it was kind of off the bottom of the bat. He didn't move his feet, and
he never moved
his hand came off the fucking thing as well, but it still sailed over the boundary.
just looking at the names of the. I was just looking at the names of the stands and stuff like that. It's like they've got a Malcolm Marshall end, a Joel Garnett end, they've got a
Laurel Weeks Walker.
Yeah, and it's just like how steeped in absolute cricketing brilliance is the name of everything in the stadium. It's incredible. So the score's now on 67. That would rocketed along 13 off the over so far. Start in, full toss wide, and Butler has hit that like an absolute tracer bullet.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's gone straight down the ground, and that's 4.
Oh, that's 664. So that's 16, 17 off the over with 2 to go. That's a good over.
It's just the only disappointing thing is in the stand of watching all these hasty-looking Englishmen go in.
Who've all
pink,
very well inebriated, aren't they? A lot
very
of them.
well inebriated. This one from outside the off stump has been hit really hard down towards long on. Well enough, in fact, that they'll only take a single.
I think elegantly elevated, actually.
Elegantly elevated. I like
That's
that.
what we are. We're
So
never
18 off the over with 1 ball left to go. 72 for no wicket. Salt to face. If it wasn't for Travis Head's back foot, this could have all been different this over.
Oh,
Full toss.
Oh, he didn't really get hold of it though.
No, he got away with that.
Went to pull it to
Dribbles
leg,
out the ring.
and it barely gets to the edge of the circle. Maxwell puts a horrible throw in, but that will be 1 run off that last ball. 19 off the over, and as I pass the baton to John, game on, sir. Game on.
Thank you, Al.
Do you have our other
Evening,
chat?
gents.
Good evening.
Good to see you all.
Morning.
Oh, good morning.
Yes, good, very early morning to you, Mog. Once again.
You cracked 5:30.
It is intriguingly poised, this game.
I'll say it. England have got this.
But a big over from England, that last one. And I guess the incident with Travis Head illustrates that it is a game of millimetres on occasions. Well, it's going to be Adam Zampa who's going to pick up the attack to Phil Salt, who's certainly been hitting it quite sweetly. Here is Zampa. Oh, Salt goes to cut, and he's bowled. He's bowled him, I think, off the bottom edge. So Zampa strikes immediately. And the game turns again. Well, it was too close for that shot. He went to cut a ball that was far too close to him. And it's flicked off the top of the bails. And Phil Salt's gone for 37.
And you know whose fault that was?
Trot.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says you.
That was reality shifting around the statement. England have got this.
Oh no, sorry. I've got quite a tweet to read out here from Hombre Nuevo. It says, looking forward to this run chase at home with possible E. coli. The wife in London on a hendo. I don't know. I hope not our hendo.
Hendo.
Yeah, it says hendo. That toddler finally asleep, but a trial of devastation to sort, and just had to rod the external drain. Happily have the gorillas to get me through. Is a beer wrong? No. Given what's gone on that tweet, Hombre, I think you could have more than a beer. I hope you haven't got E. coli.
I was going to say, a beer and E. coli, I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
Dear me. Anyway, here is the new man. It's Will Jacks, who we were saying earlier on owes England a few after his ugly representation of bowling earlier that went for 22. 6 balls right out of the dog and duck they were.
That's a shit wicket. It's just watch the ball onto the stumps.
Yes. Here's Zampa again into Jacks, and Jacks is back and forcing this down to mid-on. for just a single, so he's off the mark.
If he's not 22 after 6 balls, then he's failed.
Well, yes, that's true. Because not only does he have to make them, but he has to make them quickly. Phil Salt's still wondering how he missed that ball. You tried to cut one that was too close to your son, that's why you missed it. Well, now all the more pressure on Joss Butler, you would feel. Here is Zampa. Butler can only play that one straight to cover for no run, so the last over went for 19. This one's only gone for 1 off 3 with the wicket of Phil Salt.
It's all my fault.
Yeah, we're blaming you, Nestlers.
I'm prepared to blame Matthew Wade instead.
Yeah, Matthew Wade's getting some hammer tonight for everything. But mind you, he didn't help it. He didn't help himself with what he did when he was batting.
Yeah, not the sort of hammer he actually deserves.
Zampa to Butler, who just tucks this one away off his legs into the leg side, and it's just a single. Matthew Wade pursued it. I think someone's gone to fetch the last 6 from wherever it landed. That's why they've gone up on that gantry. There's been a couple of pretty brutal ones one from Salt that went 106 metres, I think.
While they're up there fixing the solar panels.
And, this is just played to cover as well. So only 2 from the over. England sliding behind the rate a little. This last ball bring. England didn't get out of overs very well earlier on. Here's Zampa. This is just driven to a mid-on position. Just a single, only 3 from the over. Good start for Zampa. 76 for 1 off 8.
I've got an interesting possible cure for Bear's type 2 diabetes from Dave Wood. He said his dad was a type 2 diabetic. He got terminal cancer, lost a lot of weight, and his diabetes went. Okay, he died a horrible death, but it cured his diabetes, just in case the Bear wants to try it. I don't
think Bear's going to take that trade somehow.
It's something to take on board, at least, isn't it? You know,
it's nice to have things in the arsenal to deal with these issues.
Yeah.
Grim. Absolutely grim.
Well.
76 for 1.
And our Hendo has replied to, the wife's in London on a Hendo, I deny it all.
I was going to say, with Hendo's back, that wouldn't work anyway. Not at the moment. But 76 for 1 off 8. New over. This is Mr. Cummings back on, is it not? And that's just played up to mid-on for 1 run.
I think Dave Wood wants me off commentary because I've bocked England.
Well, there you go.
If you're that powerful, can you win us some Tatslotto?
Or pick tonight's lottery numbers or something of that nature.
I've already got the lottery numbers, mate. Sorry.
Oh, well, there you go. Hey.
They're in.
Old claim.
Here is Cummings. Up past the umpire and bowls, and that's very wide and slapped square of the wicket to backward point for a single. I think Butler should have left that. I think that would have been a wide.
Yeah. I did win the Euro Millions last night, though.
Hello.
How many of the millions did you win?
£3.72.
Fucking hell. What are you here for? You should be off celebrating.
Well,
on possibly your own personal island.
Tracy Island.
Just about buy you a flat white, wasn't it? Other coffees are available. Cummings is in, and this one hits Jacks as he thinks about pulling it. I think it was on him a bit quick. And the runs have dried up the last over and a half, chaps.
Look out, the predictor's got Australia at 66.
I think that's about right. Well, in actual fact, he did actually get some bat on that. I didn't think he had, but just played it into his body. 78 for 1. A boundary or 2 is needed at this point, I think. From an England perspective. Cummings to Jacks, who pummels this one wide of cover. That's going to run all the way to the fence for 4.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary. Crossing a boundary.
Sheer power. Travis Head was diving. I think for a minute he thought he might have that because it was in the air, but it was past him before he could get across. A venomous clout from Will Jacks.
Venomous Clout. I think that was a grindcore band in the mid-90s.
Yeah, sounds like one, doesn't it? Cummings is in again, full toss, driven down to long off for a single. Just one run. 83 for one. Seeing a few shots from a few other people. Oh, I see. We're queuing up West Indies and Uganda. That's happening tomorrow. Well, that's what Sky are doing anyway.
I'll be doing that later on this morning.
Ah, fabulous. Here is Cummings, and this is driven to cover. That's no run. 83 for one after 9.
The porn bot says, I can only imagine the look of disappointment on the faces of a group of inebriated women turning up to see some oiled up, muscle bound geezer only to find they're at Hendo's instead. An oiled up Hendo, you know?
That's harsh.
It's something to recommend it.
Yeah. I think he's got poor lad's got a bad back at the moment.
Oh, he thinks he's got a lumbar fracture.
Yeah.
Which
you know, he's not the most active of people that I know, and I did question how on earth he got it. I think he said he was coughing or sneezing.
Whooping cough,
oh,
apparently.
Whooping cough, yeah.
Carrying the weight of the world.
This is slapped away, this next one from Zampa. It's fielded out on the cover fence. It's just a single, 84 for one. Jacks has gone to 9. Butler 34 from 24. Onus is on the captain, really. To up the rate is Sampa, and Butler goes to reverse sweep, goes over the head of the wicket keeper. It's retrieved, and they get back for 2. Wasn't quite what Butler intended. He didn't get all of it. He got enough of it to get it over Wade's head. 86 for one.
I hope that guy on the tube is not making too much noise. It might put Matthew Wade off.
Zampa again to Butler, who again sweeps, but finds the man out at cover. No run. And the run rate required is climbing, gents. It's nearly 11 now. So, worrying times for England. Butler drives this one though, down the ground, and it's gone all the way.
Almost as if in response.
He sensed that something was needed, and he's produced it. It's a pretty flat 6, that, I think. Let's have a look. It gave me the impression that it was fairly flat. He did get some aerial on it, actually. It was more aerial than I thought. 92 for one. Zampa in. Again, Butler goes to sweep and sweeps it straight to the man at cover. Tried to reverse sweep. That's a silly shot, having just hit a ball for 6.
Clown show.
And another wicket for Adam Zampa. And the England captain has gone. 92 for 2.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
It is, Fred.
That's a poor shot. He tried that shot 3 times in the over as well. Not really got any of them. Didn't get that one either.
Yeah, just keep it simple. I mean, God's sake, what are you faffing around doing that for when you didn't play it well, as you said, you know, it's just...
Well, England are under pressure now, that's for sure.
If at first you don't succeed, keep fucking it up until you get out.
Yeah.
Johnny Best is smarter than the average besto.
Johnny best to spend his good sense, take care. So all put on your wigs and let the crimson hand flow. I want the Pope to give him his own Lord's Prayer. Oh, he can hit the sixes, although it's so dark. He'd even run a 10 at Bradford Park Avenue. No other Yorkshireman can compare. I tell you, Johnny Best is smarter than the average bear.
I wonder how pissed off he is on the scale of 1 to 10 at the moment. Looks angry.
Well, there we are. Johnny Bairstow has joined us in the middle.
How much more pissed off will he be when he dances down the pitch and gets stumped?
Well, yes. Let's not call that too early, chaps. From an England point of view, we're in a bit of a sticky situation here. Here's Zampa, and that's an extraordinary shot from Bairstow. Not quite sure what he was doing there. Extra cover thought he was in the game, that's for sure.
Catching practice.
It's got Bairstow a single. I presume he didn't actually get anything on that, the fielder at cover, because it looked like a dolly. Did he just overreach for that, boys? That was my assumption, that Bairstow just overreached for it and never quite got to it.
Didn't seem to make terribly good contact with it.
Sort of lobbed up. Well, he got
Take
away
one
with
hand
it.
off. Take one hand off the bat as well when he did it.
93 for 2 at halfway. 109 required.
Well, scoreboard pressure mounting here, says Kieran on YouTube, and he says if Butler goes, England's goose is cooked. Oh Christ, here we go. Hold on to your hat, guys. The saviour has arrived. I hope he actually does really well here, though.
Yes. Mr. Bairstow has his detractors, but I guess we're in his corner now.
More than capable.
Oh yeah, more
If
than
England,
capable, definitely.
If England end up getting bundled out of this whole tournament early on, do they sack the coach?
Yes. Unquestionably, yes.
Somebody
And they
yelled yes in the background there.
And they sacked the captain as well. For me.
Just get rid of everybody.
Well, the thing is, they completely faffed up the 50 over World Cup. If they get bundled out of this one as well, how do you justify keeping hold of the head coach and the captain? You can't.
You can't. No. It's the way of things.
To poach a bunch of Scottish players.
Hombre Nuevo is very grateful that Mrs. Hombre is currently not listening about the greased up Hendo.
Too exciting.
I've got this vision in my head now, please.
Oh dear. Dear
Ooh,
me.
I'm just going to turn my camera off for a moment while I think about that.
Let's not go there again.
Do you want me to lap dance for you?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Slipping dollar coins in.
There may be children present. Don't do that.
Traumatised for life.
Indeed. Absolutely. Well, we're having the drinks break, obviously, so there's no doubt tactical messages and everything else being run out there. But Jax isn't quite established yet, and Bairstow's only just come in, so Australia got themselves going again after 2 quick wickets. Now England have got to do the same, really, if they possibly can. Oh, we're seeing pictures of England winning.
Nothing like a good shaky cam at arse level following a bunch of running players. Oh, the good old days of Kieswetter.
And Collie.
And that other twat, Peterson.
That was full, John.
John's gone. Brian in Brisbane says, a greased up Hendo, what have I missed?
A greased up Hendo.
Yeah.
John's frozen, hasn't he?
Kieran wonders if there's hard evidence to suggest that Hendo is not a
He's
gigolo.
gone. Okay, I'll jump in.
Jump in, Ben. There's rumours going round that Hendo is a gigolo.
With his back, yeah. Not much value for money, I'm afraid, Hendo. That's pulled. Not out to a vacant cow corner. It wasn't timed particularly well by Jacks, but he'll get himself a single.
An experienced gentleman for the older woman.
Yeah.
I don't know what his rig's like these days, but maybe the jiggle part of gigolo will be coming from him. Gyrating and the flesh moving.
Shut up. These create nasty images.
Well, Dave Wood says that mental image of Hendo is worse than the actual footage of Jez going to feed the geese. That was when his trousers sort of slipped out.
Big swing, no ding by Johnny B. England need to compose themselves a little bit here. This isn't beyond them, and they're reasonably.
They're going to fuck it up, but.
Yeah, there's a good chance. I mean, let's face it, 200 is a pretty good score.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to get there, and they might fall short.
Maxwell's warming up.
Reverse sweep nonsense.
Someone's got to stand up and get a big score in double quick time, I suppose. Storing this in, hoiked by Johnny B. Intimates he wanted to hit that square on the offside, but there's a lot of bottom hand on that, and he's dragged it up to long on for a single. Now, I mean, this is either going to break one way or the other. England are going to go for it and either get away with it, clearly, or they're going to lose a lot of wickets doing it. All of a sudden, this game's going to be over. As is the way of T20. 56, 106.
Well, that for 130.
Yeah, exactly. Could go that way. It's a big ask. Well, that's hit hard by Jacks, and is that caught?
Oh, geez.
If that is caught, that was a fantastic catch by Stark down at long off. Will Jacks hit that quite sweetly, and it was dying before it got to the boundary, but Stark was out there. I'm sure they'll have a look at it upstairs, but it looked clean to me, I have to say. And I think we're going to be saying goodbye to Will Jacks. High off the bat, it's nearly nearer the splice. Yes,
Yeah,
and he didn't do what he did in the Test match and dump it into the grass and then go, why wasn't that given? Because you put your hand on the ground, it's fine.
Not that you hold on to these things.
I always hold on to these things.
Unlike Stark and his inability
Bye, mate. Well,
so he's minus 12 in terms of his contribution.
Yeah. Well, they sent Moeen out instead of Harry Brook. That says something. They want some boundaries, is what that says. Because he can certainly score a quick lick.
Touch, move over AMLO. I like it too much. Move over AMLO. You're one hairy dish I love unconditionally. It's Moeen Ali.
Kieran says, to be fair, Bear, we don't know if he is good value for money until we know how much he charges. This is Hendo. Does he have an OnlyFans account?
That's an interesting proposition. Not that I'm aware of.
Brian says, I'm
Maybe
sure
it's just all
Hendo runs
feed photos.
a good line in poetry and prose to woo or wow his clients.
John is back. I'll give you this ball.
I'm back. Apologies, chaps. I suddenly realised I was talking into the ether.
Yeah.
My internet crashed. And while I was away, of course, Jacks got out.
He did indeed. I'll leave you to it.
England are right in the soup at this point. So Jacks doesn't pay back the 22 runs he gave away. And England are subsiding in somewhat ugly fashion at this point. 97 for 3 in the 11th. Stoinis to Moeen, who elegantly plays this wide of cover. Fielders coming round. They're going to get back for 2, I think. Yes, they are. But 99 for 3 off 11 overs. 103 required off 9. Over 11 and over now.
I blame Butler.
Well, Butler's shot was stupid.
Started the rot.
That one wasn't much better by Jacks, actually. Having said that.
No, but a tremendous catch all the same.
Yeah, it was a tremendous catch. And also, Jacks is a far less experienced international than Butler. Butler should have
I hate
known
it when
better.
Stoinis gets wickets.
It is what it is. And we're about to see Glenn Maxwell.
Here's a chance maybe for them to catch up a few runs.
Well, you never know with Glenn,
If
do
I
you?
had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd buy you a Glenn Maxwell. Then we are no longer friends.
This might be kill or cure. Bairstow gets too far away from that. Decides in the end not to cut it really and sort of bunts it back to Maxwell. Yeah, this could be kill or cure. Because I think they'll try and go after him. If they lose any more at this point, it's starting to get very sticky indeed. A few alterations in the field, presumably, because Maxwell's hesitated. He's in again now, and that was a bit close to cut as well. But Bairstow gets it down to the man at point on the fence, and the 100 is up for England in the 12th over. But with 3 down, which the way England started now isn't great. But, let's see what the mercurial Moeen can do.
Out 16.
Mercurial does imply that he's not really going to provide a lot.
Well,
But it'll be entertaining.
again, he's another one who is capable of, but doesn't always do it. He's just playing that very quietly to cover point. It's as if he's giving himself 1 or 2 to have a little look. It won't be long before he has a dart, I don't think. And he's just played that one out on the onside, just for a single. 101 for 3. Only 2 from the over. Australia will be very happy about that.
It's not good enough.
It isn't. It's nowhere near good enough from an England perspective. Tapping away in the crease is Bairstow. He just chops that one straight to cover. No run.
Letting these shit truck bowlers get away with it.
Well, they're bowling it too near to the stumps to be cut, really. England have to find another way of dealing with the ball, really. And again, Bairstow's just defensive. That's a really good over from Maxwell. Just 2 from it, and threw it very quickly. 101 for 3 off 12. So England halfway, but with only 8 overs left.
Mike says, I didn't know Hendo's basically a male prostitute now. Good for him. Nothing wrong with some honest work to keep the bills paid.
Oh, dear.
Twitter is just turned into basically an advert for Hendo's services now.
No more of that.
Which is probably lifting the base level of quality on Twitter.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, 12 and a half and over required.
There's a lot of depression from the England side on England perspective rather on YouTube.
Yes, we're doomed. Yes.
Wickets will tumble now, says Rough Turn 49.
Well, he may well be right. Here is Adam Zampa. He's into Moeen Ali. He's struck on the pad.
Nope.
Umpire says no. Looked to me as if it might have pitched outside leg. And I think they think that too, because they're not going to review it. But it's another dot ball. And the pressure builds. Yeah, that's outside leg for me.
I think he hit it as well.
Here's Zampa. This is just played to extra cover, no run. England are going down with a whimper at the moment. Zampa in again to Moeen Ali. who cuts this one away, but only to the man square of the wicket. They scamper through for one, but that's not going to be enough.
Well, to me, Bairstow hasn't timed a single ball that he's faced yet.
Well, that does
Everything's
happen.
Yeah.
That does happen with Bairstow. We're seeing a sign saying loading bay. Well, England need to load a few sixes into the arsenal.
The key part of that sign was "Do not block."
Yeah, indeed. Absolutely. That's not going to get England very far. Well, Zampa's in again to Bairstow, who has a big swing at it and misses. Hits him outside the line. But another dot ball. 2 for 14 in 2.4 overs for Adam Zampa.
Is Bairstow just not in form? What is going on?
Well, I thought he got a few runs quite recently, but doesn't look in form. He's had a big yahoo at that. He meant to hit it down the ground. It's gone behind the stumps, and they've run back for 2. But he had absolutely no idea where that had gone. No idea at all. The fact remains there's only 3 runs been scored in the over. Yet again. 89% win predictor now for Australia, rightly so. Zampa into Bairstow, who has another big swing and again completely misses the ball. I'm pretty sure if he gets out of the way of that, that's a wide again, down the leg side, but...
It's that little white thing. Try to hit it with the bat in your hands.
Yeah, it didn't look good, that. 104 for 3. Only 7 overs left. 97 runs required at nearly 14 and over.
Brian in Brisbane says if we keep talking up Hendo's sideline business activities, the VAT man will be onto him. But Kieran says, I don't know what on earth Moen is still doing in the international setup. As much as I dislike Bairstow, I'll break off.
Well, here is Moen swinging the ball out and over the boundary for 6.
There you go.
Well, that's a huge hit. Got hold of that one. Look about with that. Someone's got to go fetch that. Hoiked it from outside off stump and dumped it over deep square for 6. Maxwell with a rueful look. Another big swing from Moeen Ali. That might be 6 more. It is. That's huge. Yeah, thanks, Kieran. You've teed that up nicely. That was a free swing of the bat, wasn't it?
That's better. That's better.
He belted that. It's gone sailing into the crowd. Nice one.
You know what time it is? It's time to go harder.
It's mowing time, apparently. Question is, how long will it last? Don't blink, you might miss it. Here's Maxwell again, and this is pretty wide. It's swung at and missed by Moen. No wide
Come on,
given.
5 sixes in the over.
Well, they would be healthy. They would be very handy too. Here's Maxwell again, and this is pulled around the corner by Moen. Fielder comes in off the fence, just a single. Well, that's 13 from this over so far, 2 to come. You fancy they need more than the 14. They need a couple of overs where they get 19-20, don't they, to bring this down to a manageable level. Well, can Bairstow time one? Well, he's had a big swing at it, but he's not really got hold of it. It's gone out square of the wicket on the leg side. That's 1 more. 118 for 3 in the 14th over. 84 required from 37. Is the equation.
Due a change after this ball, aren't we?
We are indeed, yes. I think we were due a change.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we were due a change before that. So, and another big swing. Has he got enough of this one? Yes, he has. It's gone for another 6. Huge again. Well, that's a better over for England. 20 off the over. 124 for 3 off 14. I'm not quite sure who's coming into ball by ball.
It's the bear.
It's the bear. who's not realised he's on ball by ball.
Yeah,
here
it's
he
actually
is.
beer by beering at the moment.
Well, beer by beer. Well, I shall hand over to you, Bear, for what should be a pretty interesting conclusion.
Well, it should be a pretty interesting conclusion. All right, Al.
So we've got a Mr. Nigel Henderson's just written in saying we've blown it, I'm afraid. Which, is that part of his OnlyFans thing?
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
That's $50 extra.
Yeah.
See you Monday, guys.
See you later, John.
Bye.
Well, that's a good over by Moeen. Need a bit more of that. Need another over of that at least.
He's very good at the old cricket, isn't he?
He's very good at what?
He's very good at the old cricket.
Yes.
Moeen. He's a dependable chap.
Well, Johnny B's facing up to. I think he's going to be out.
No, you're going to be gone, mate.
Johnny
And quite
B,
right too. He didn't
7
look-
off 12. He's pretty hopeless, it has to be said. He's better out than in. He's just chipped that one from Hazelwood, who's come back up. He's trying to hit it over cow corner. He's looked all at sea, not been able to get it off the wicket. And maybe it's better he is out. You need someone who's connecting with the ball. So we say goodbye.
Farong said the longer Bairstow stays at the crease, the odds of England winning diminished. So we are definitely, that was a good thing.
It was a good thing.
It was a good thing.
Look, we got 6 wickets left. We've only got 6 overs left. We've got some capable hitters.
The reputation of Livingston would be that, oh no, we're going to send Harry Brooking because that makes sense.
Well, Livingston's a finisher. You generally don't want your finishers coming in before the end of the 16th over.
And Brooks no slouch.
And Brooks no slouch, exactly.
We'll see.
Well, we can play him a jingle.
Yeah, why not?
It's this one. Jeff Perkins. That's our man Jeff.
That's something. That was quite something.
Yes. It's Harry Brook.
Oh, he's still only about 12, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 21, 22.
He still isn't shaving.
Doesn't look like it, does it?
No.
Certainly couldn't grow a beard. Hazelwood's going to come into Bolton. He's a very good batsman, though. And his first ball, he plays up towards long on. He'll just get himself off the mark for a single. Not really a lot of time for that, but I guess Moeen's the one scoring the runs.
I was catching the back end of Breakfast News yesterday. They had a Conservative minister on who had cut himself while shaving before going on, and the stress of being on meant that he started bleeding while he was talking. It was
oh my God!
It was quite the thing. Can I hear Nestle?
Huh? Can you hear Nestle's? Yeah, usually he's sitting in the back there making a nuisance of himself, aren't you, Nestle's? Making noises.
Yeah, I can hear a machine of some description.
Hazelwood is in. Is pulled by Moeen with not great timing. Out to deep mid wicket. It'll be a single. 76 required from 33 balls. It's going to take something special from here to do this.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
It's possible. I mean, you see it happen every once in a while. Yeah, exactly that. I'd say it's Australia 8-1 on England. They do this 1 in 8, 1 in 9 times. Hopefully today is that one. Well, Hazelwood. It's all slowed down. I don't know why, but Hazelwood is coming in. And
slow. Oh, good ball.
It was a slow ball, and no, it wasn't a slow ball. It was 86 miles an hour.
It's that one that kept a little bit low.
It is the one that kept a little bit low. Did he roll his fingers across it? No, he didn't. It was just a standard delivery, but it did keep a little bit low. It's quite close to the off stump.
Yeah, but it bounced. Probably got to the keeper, didn't it?
There's no run. Marsh is having a word with the ump. Don't know what about.
Come on, Harry.
Come on, Harry.
Make some contact, Darren.
Well, Australia found it batting hard batting as the innings went on. It clearly gets harder. We thought we contained them quite well, and they're doing pretty much the same thing to us. So maybe it's that kind of wicket. Hazelwood in. Harry tries to get inside it and paddle it over the keeper, but doesn't get any bat on it, and there is no run. Just 2 runs on a wicket off this over, not a good one.
And all that.
Well,
that momentum.
I think not a good one is a bit of an understatement when you're requiring nearly 15 and over.
When you need 15 and over, 2 is not the thing.
No, 20 runs behind where Australia were. They must have hit pretty well at the end. There's Harry Brook flashing at one outside of Ostam, misses it through to the keeper. No run. That's the end of the over. Shit over. 2 runs on a wicket. Poor. Maybe we have to admit we're not as good as we think we are. Anyway, you're doing social, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. But I think it's no one's saying anything. Oh no, there we go. Mog. Time for me to get some sweet snooze before the big West Indies versus Uganda match in 4 hours. Might stay up to watch that.
That is the big game of the day, isn't it?
There's a little one tomorrow afternoon, isn't there?
I believe so.
Rough Term 49 says honestly thinks England would have lost to Scotland if not for the rain. Quite possible.
We'll never know.
And I have to agree with what John was saying earlier. I mean, if England go out uselessly in this, then you've got to blame the management and the captain. I mean, that's what it comes down to. That with 2 tournaments in a row where they, seems like they got the manpower, but they're not capable of doing it by a long stretch as well.
Something is amiss, but got to play all the games first.
I think they will get through.
I think they should get through. Yeah, I mean, you can have a bad T20. This is the problem. I mean, that game against Scotland, though, it's like it kind of feels a bit like the ODI World Cup. Yeah, we're good enough, but the results on the pitch show that things aren't where they should be at with the resources you've got. And maybe there's an assumption we're good enough, and actually it's not working. That's just played out to cover, and there's no run. I mean, Matthew Mott won it, I suppose, he won the first tournament he had with England, wasn't it? It was the last T20 World Cup. It was his first thing in charge, but the one-day World Cup defence was pretty poor. Just undercooked, weren't we? Well, Moeen's gone up and over, out towards cover. Can't hit the boundary, it'll only be a single. And England going down fast here.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is just
it's
about
not happening. They really do need to go harder, Dave.
I know.
They need to go the hardest they can go.
Yeah, and they just haven't gone hard enough.
They haven't gone hard enough.
They haven't gone hard enough.
Maximum hardness required.
I mean, I do think, John saying that. I mean, when you're chasing 200, you've got to go hard. That's basically the only way to do it. So it's no good having a go at Joss Butler for playing that shot. That's played out to cover, and there's no run.
No, I think it's just the 1 run.
Sorry, the 1 run. Yeah. I mean, that's T20 cricket. If you're chasing big scores, you haven't got time to. I'm going to put that shot away. You've got to basically chase it the whole fucking time and hope it comes off.
Yep.
Well, I think the problem's been that first couple of overs.
Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah. Well, I mean, the weird thing in the Scotland game as well. You've got to remember when they came back in the Scotland game, it meant that their bowling was all over the shop because Archer was bowled out and someone else was bowled out, so they only had limited bowlers as well.
There we go. Oh no, he's cool.
Moeen Ali is gone. Moeen's tried to go over the top of extra cover, gone down, fighting, which is how you should go. 25 or 15, it's not that bad, but it's not good enough, and England are going to lose this game quite badly as Moeen is caught out at deep extra cover. I hate losing to Australia. It's upsetting, but we are going to.
So get on your bike and take a hike right out of here. Yeah.
But I will say this: if we do get through, which you're right. I mean, if we have to win all our other games, and we, theoretically we should win our next 2 games. If you go by the rankings and where we're supposedly in the world, Liam Livingstone's coming out. Then we should go through, and I'd rather lose to Australia now than in a final.
Well, we've done that before.
Well, hang on,
Yeah.
hang on. If Scotland beat Oman, then they'll have 2 wins and a point. So they'll have 5. And the best England can do is 4.
No, we could do with 5, wouldn't it? Because we can win 2 more games. We've got a point.
Yeah, so let me think. So it's going to come down to run rate?
Might well do.
Because the game head-to-head would be the point against Scotland.
Yeah, but because we assume that they will lose to Australia, right? So we'd have lost 1 game. So if we lose 1 game and we win 2, we assume that Scotland will win. Yeah, it might well do. We'll come down to run rate. But I don't know. Run rate in the first game presumably is negated, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 0.
Yeah,
so we're on 0.
England had a run rate of 0 before the start.
Yeah. And so will Scotland. So whatever they get, that's off the hip of Livingston. No, it's not.
Wide?
It's going to be a wide. Yeah, that definitely will be the case. It may well come down to run rate. But Scotland have got to play 2 more games. They've got to play... Who did they beat today?
They beat Namibia.
So they beat Namibia. So
they've got to play Oman and they've got to play Australia.
Okay, yeah. So they're putting themselves in with a shot. Exactly that. And it should be like that. It's a World Cup if you fuck it up. I mean...
Yeah.
The no result with the rain is that played up to mid-off and there's no run. I mean, if one of the other teams, which can't happen now, I presume, Oman or who's the other team? Namibia. They can't win all their games now, can they? Because they've both lost 1, haven't they? So, yeah, because Namibia beaten Oman and Oman have lost 1. So they can only get 4 points anyway if they win all their games. Blah 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 blah. That's pulled behind square though, and there's a fielder out there. It's a single. This game is just dying a death.
Dribbling as well.
Unless something spectacular happens and someone hits 36 in an over, it might come back to life. But unless that happens, it's really
I think
not
even that
going anywhere.
Yeah, it'd still be tough, wouldn't it?
It still would be tough, but yeah.
Farong is talking us about more dietary concerns. Spicy barbecue Doritos should enable to make it to stumps. These are manufactured in Thailand, and he shows a little picture with Thai writing on. Not the plastic substitute versions made in PRC, Pigzil, and he's just been nasty to China there. Final purple kush joint and kip. Okay, cheers all. Cheers, Farong.
Nice.
There we go.
We're back to cricket. Hazelwood is going to continue. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 22. He's bowled at Livingston, 1 off 2. Basically, no England batsman has been able to get going after the openers are out.
Emergency news, emergency news, emergency news. Nigel Henderson, I am working on an OnlyFans account as we speak.
Nice.
Bosh.
Bosh, indeed. But Bosh only up to long off by Livingston. I wonder what Josh Butler is thinking. I wonder what Matthew Mott thinks. I don't really rate Matthew Mott.
I don't really.
Well,
he doesn't really
he won everything with Australia ladies, who were basically the best team in the world. Well, maybe that's good enough. I don't know, but and he walked into a side that was pretty much ready to go for the World T20 and kind of won it on its own. That's pulled by. I think that was Harry Brook, wasn't it? And it'll be a single.
They're just not getting hold of it, are they?
No, they're not getting hold of it.
Dave Wood says, start the pedalo.
I guess all teams come to the end. You just keep thinking you want to keep thinking they keep going, but you look at this and it's not where it needs to be.
Something seems like it's missing.
Yeah, very much so. Livingston plays down up to long off, and there's a single. It's the problem when you let a team get 200, you've got to go all the way through, and you have to hit harder. And it's got a bit harder when the ball's got softer. It's been easier to take the pace off, and it's been harder to time the ball. You need basically you need the top two guys to go pretty much all the way, don't you? Because once they're in, if they can keep it going, it's your best chance.
Well, the momentum just died with the 2 wickets.
Yeah, exactly. But it did kind of for Australia as well. The next two did pick up a little bit. Stayed there for a while, but mainly the openers. 67 required from 20 balls. That was flayed out for a couple into the deep. I wonder what Harry Brook is thinking. Got to hit this for 6, I presume. That's what I'm hoping.
It's the only thing you can do right now. Just keep hitting 6s.
I've got to hit it for 6. I've got to hit it for 6. I've got to hit it for 6.
But
you know what? He might well have done.
Oh
no, he's hit it. No, he's not even got it for 4. God damn it, fielder, go away. In fact, it's only a single. God damn it. He went right across his stumps and hoiked it round behind square, which is, I thought, presumably he knew there was a space there, but he didn't get it fine enough. And whoever was at deep mid wicket came around and fielded it. God damn it.
If ever a piece of commentary defined what this game's been like, he's hit it for 6. Oh no, he's hit it for 4. Oh, it's just a single. Oh.
Yeah. Nasser doesn't look happy.
No, he's got his best Vladimir Putin face on.
Yeah, Danny, that's got to be a wide, even though he's gone. No, what?
Oh, come on, Joel.
That's got to be a wide. He went across, but it was still really, really wide.
Joel wants to get down the pub, doesn't he?
Yeah, clearly. 3 overs left.
They'll say the step that he took towards the offside would negate that.
We're getting to the point where you should be able to resign.
Yeah, like in the Clash match.
Yes.
Just walk off.
Exactly. I think you should be able to do that.
Call him in.
I think you should be able to do that in the T20 to save your dignity.
Someone asked on Sky News whether they think that Sunak should step down before the election.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Oh God! I hate the fact that we even have this run up to this election. Can't we just have it? We know they're getting booted out. All this fucking 4 players bullshit, man.
Listen, I've got to get the wine in for the 4th of July, so you've got to prepare accordingly.
Well, Zampa's going to bowl, and excuse me, Brook comes down the track. It's not the exciting end we were hoping for. Plays it up to long off, and there's going to be a single. England are limping to a big loss. Australia totally in control. They've just got to bowl this out, not doing anything stupid. Zampa steps back. Does Brook?
Just picking the fielders at time after time.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if going back's always the answer. Unless you can lift it, aren't you better off trying to get down the track?
That's not Livingston's way, really, is it?
No, it's not a lot of England's way. But I think with spinners, sometimes you've got to go at them rather than hang on a back foot. That one kept it a bit low, and it's dug out a bit by Harry Brook. But again,
just another single.
Long off is pretty wide, and you want to be hitting it straight, really. That's a single out into the deep. And yeah, Butler was looking good, and then reverse swept it straight into the hands of Phil Salt. Looked pretty good as well. Down the track, finally. Has he got that vertically? Has it gone long enough? They've lost it in the sky because I can't see it. But
there you go.
Landed a long way over the boundary.
6 runs. Bosh.
Bosh. 6. Need a lot of those, boys. Need a 10 ball 50. Pretty much from both of you. It's a good shot. 57 required from 14.
But you're absolutely right. Go at him.
Yeah. The ball's lost again, I think.
I'll just get another ball.
Yeah. They have got another ball. They've lost the ball. I think we've had our next game here. So we've got 3 games here or something?
I believe we do.
No, England's next 2 games are in Antigua.
Okay. Oh. But West Indian wickets are all quite sort of slow and low these days, aren't they? Isn't that refrain from the West Indies now.
All fun for those who are island hopping.
Nice place to go, the Caribbean. Zampa bowls. Well, it's gone through. I think it's gone through everybody.
Well left.
And they've run 2 byes, or it's an inside edge. Don't know. It's one or the other.
It's definitely 2, isn't it?
It's definitely 2 to the score. Oh no, it's an inside edge onto pad that then goes through Wades. It runs to Livingston. He's 12 off 8. Giving that a big Humpty down into the offside. Has he got it wide enough? Nope. Clearly, because the fact is he's just ambling down the middle of the track. 2 overs left, and we need to get
50.
More than 50. 54.
Yep. Just walk off.
That's 26 and over. Yeah, you see, I don't think you can walk off until it goes over 6 a ball.
You can't.
That's the unfortunate thing about it. It needs you to be getting hammered. So that's why you should be able to walk off.
The billions that are bet on cricket mean that you can't just go, screw it.
Well, no, because the chance of you being 36 and over behind are pretty fucking slim, right? Unless you get absolutely hammered. So the odds would be quite long. So you get people betting on it. And then every once in a while, like, I mean, I doubt New Zealand couldn't have walked off yesterday because they were only chasing, I know they were chasing 160. So yeah, they could have walked off probably, you know, before they lost. With 9 wickets down, they could have said, nah, we're declaring, we're out. We're throwing in the king, as it were. That's wide by Cummins. I think it was a slower delivery, but it's going to be 1, and that ain't good enough. Because now, can we get there now? 11 balls. Yeah. 6 11s are 66. 5 11s are 55.
Scoring 5 a ball though is hard.
That's easy.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to keep hitting the helmet.
Exactly. there isn't one to hit. I don't know. Well, Harry Brook has a big heave at that. Goes out to long on. It's a single. England really have not been able to do anything about this. They can't get the ball over the boundary. Lost their way a long way ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
That Bairstow innings was really odd, wasn't it?
It was Bairstow kind of lost all momentum.
It was as soon as Jacks, Bairstow, all kind of equally culpable. But you got to put down to good Australian play.
Yeah, you have. They got good runs on the board, as that's clipped square. Can only be a single. They got, a very good total, 202. But England's bowling at the top of the. Scotland scored. What did they score off us? 90.
90 off 10 overs.
90 off 10 overs they got from us.
Yeah, so it's basically 291 runs in
30 overs. Yeah. That's nearly a fantastic catch by I think Zampa. He's kind of the third man on the boundary, so the very sort of fly slip type thing.
I think they'll probably look at it. I think
no, because he definitely bounced off the ground and he caught it again. So he caught it almost in one hand, didn't really have control, dropped it onto the ground, and then picked it up. Well, it's a good stop nonetheless. He was at full stretch. I thought he'd actually caught it, and it was just unfortunate he couldn't hang on to it. It'd have been a fantastic catch if he could, but he didn't, and it's 1 run. That's wide again. That's going to be out, surely. Yes, it is. Mitchell Stark catches that down at long off, and Livingston, another failure. England, what did he get? 6 off of 9 or something?
Not much.
Not enough.
Now we should be able to declare, shouldn't we? We require more than 6 of all.
Make him do laps of the field.
I'll just give him that.
Fuck off! Just fuck off!
I can give it to my own players as well. 7 6 is a 42. We can't win, yeah. See, now you could
just basically
turn the king over. We're out.
Anyway, Farong says, hold on, my time 3:22 a.m. Sunday Thailand. This match, afternoon in West Indies. Due factor isn't possible at this time of day. The sun is shining. Cheers. Thanks all. Super 8. A. Team Tata, USA. B. Australia, Scotland. Fuck off. C. Afghanistan, West Indies. D. Saffers and the champions this time, Bangladesh.
Bangladesh?
Why not?
Well, a lot of reasons why not.
It ain't going to be England.
I put money on England, and I'm now thinking, well, it wasn't so wise, really, was it?
Have you bet on the Euros yet?
No, I don't think I will. I don't really tend to bet on football much, to be honest. I'm not.
I've got a good
tip.
Plan.
Good plan. I've swished that. Oh God, it's Chris Jordan. We haven't got a. Well, no, we didn't have hope anyway. We should.
So when you get to the last 16, bet on draws at 90 minutes, and if you lose, double your bet. So you never have more than 4 games without a draw, or it goes to extra time. Look it up.
That's not a bad one.
Do you reckon this is rubbing salt into the wound to turn around and have Marcus Stoinis folded 20?
Yeah, that's just taking
well,
piss.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
It would have been funnier to bring on Travis Head.
Yeah. Matthew Wade to bowl the 20th.
But there again, the run rate thing could be important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's quite a
that's
heavy
what we're
defeat. It is quite a heavy defeat. We might have to beat someone savagely. I guess someone like a Marn you go after, don't you?
Both of them back there, man.
Let them bat first, try and bowl them out really fucking cheap, and then
Get it in 5
knock the
overs,
runs
yeah.
off in 5 overs, don't they? That one is wide.
Just prolonging that now.
By
isn't it?
another 50 of those.
Yeah. Exactly that. That's India, Pakistan. What's going to happen there? I kind of want Pakistan to win because they always do when they play India, but they always get fucking hammered.
There's no way. There's no
Pakistan, yeah, I mean Pakistan aren't very good T20 side. They're a bit. Yeah.
Mayank has offered to be Hendo's content manager on OnlyFans.
Well, wow, that was inside out by Brooke.
That's what you. I thought it was 6. 4.
No, it's 4. We'll give it a jingle. It deserves one.
Yeah. Too little, too late.
I don't know how much T20 Harry Brooke plays.
Well, he had that 1 year in the IPL where he got that 1 ton and that was it.
Oh yeah,
and he's played a few games for England.
Yeah, he has played a few games for England. I guess he doesn't play a lot of blast because he's always playing for England. That's cut into the outside. He's got a very quick 100, hasn't he? In the 100, didn't he as well or something? Oh, that's that a blast. That was cut out to the boundary anyway. It's going to be a single. I think he's played pretty well in the BBL in past seasons. He gets out down there.
Oh, just finish it up. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It's hurting too much. I don't like it. I want to go home and cry.
Is that Hendo's OnlyFans feed again?
Yeah.
Stoinis coming in. It's pulled by Chris Jordan. Strappled out to, well, long arm, strong armed out to wide, long on. It's a single. There's 3 balls left. England need, what do we need? 43?
Too many.
43 off 3 balls. We
should be impressive.
I want to resign.
Maybe we should have been the ones to turn off. Maybe we should have turned our king over.
Yeah. Well, that's pulled with no timing. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, it's over there.
Mid-wicket.
I thought that went up in the air. Maybe it didn't. It's out to deep mid-wicket. It'll be a single. This over's gone wide. 4, 1, 1, 1. 1. No, 3 ones. It's 8 off the over anyway. But we still need 42 runs to win with 2 balls left.
Clay Grover. Oh bother, I'm off to eat chocolates. Cookies, sorry.
That's pulled. Well, it's not pulled by Chris Jordan. It hits him. and drops down on the leg side. They get through for a leg bye.
Wade's
Matthew Wade's just being fucking Matthew Wade and going, well, isn't someone backing at the stumps? I wanted to throw it at them pointlessly. It's annoying. He's beaten us as well. Josh Butler doesn't look happy. Wonder what he's thinking. You fucking lot are useless. Can't you hit a ball? And you bowlers, can't you not concede 22
Well, I think a lot of it is his fault with those first couple of overs. Well, certainly the Jacks over. They should never have bowled it over.
Yeah, well, I thought it was the wise play. We're going to get 4 off the last ball of the game. Well, it might help in net run rate in the end.
Yeah. Shall I do some of these tweets and then bugger off?
Yeah, let's just tell you England won. We'll tell you the scores on the door. Australia they won by 36 runs. We got 201. England were 166.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone got a 50 in this game.
No one did get a 50 in this game. Warner nearly got a 50. Butler nearly got a 50. Head Marquardt was a bit further away from 50, but I think he was 39 or something, didn't he get? Yeah, but you're right, no one did get a 50. But a lot of runs were scored very quickly in not getting to 50. Australian strike rates, top 2 were nearly 200. And then, who was it? Marsh and Maxwell. Maxwell was about 150, Marsh was probably a little bit over that. That's what won them the game. And they should have got more, to be fair. They probably should have got 220, 230 with the start they got. England just couldn't keep it up, and it's often away in T20. You're chasing down a big score, you've got to go all the way. And whoever comes in, if a wicket does fall, has got to pick it up quickly, and England very much unable to do that. Bairstow was pretty fucking useless. Moeen hit a few sixes, but it was stop and start, and he came in probably too late. Someone above him had to do it. Who came in at 3? I can't even remember who came in at 3. Jacks. Yeah, he hit a 6 or 2, but it never really got going either. And that's the problem in a chase like that. People do have to get going, and they get going quickly, and someone has to pick it up. Australia kind of had it with Marsh, and I mean they both got what 30.
Yeah, that was sensible.
Yeah,
batting.
Maxwell got about 29, and Marsh got about 36. So they weren't big scores, but they kind of kept it going. And then they slowed down at the end. Whereas when England's first 2 got out, no one picked it up from there, and that's probably the difference in the side. It's about 50-60 runs, and that was where it was won and lost. England kept losing wickets and couldn't hit the boundaries, and soon got too far behind the rate, and it just becomes too big, and that's the way it goes in T20 cricket, unfortunately. So that's it. We done?
Yeah, there's some tweets, I suppose. Mayank, he says something about how the Parliament will end up, but we don't really care about that. Even if England need 45 off the last over, it's possible. Just need a couple of no balls for 6. Good point, well made, Mayank. It's just nonsense, really. No,
I know that's true, Mike. But let's be honest. You should be able to resign. How many times have you seen? It's like in a snooker game requiring 2 snookers to win the frame. Yeah, potentially you can win it, but how many fucking times do you see it? In professional snooker, I'm talking about here, not talking about me and you down the snooker where it'd be 1,001 free hits and they give you about 60 points. But that's different. You know, it's the chances of it happening are virtually non-existent, and therefore you should be able to resign.
Well, it's still very disappointing. Losing to Australia feels really horrible.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing. Losing to Australia is very, very painful. And we're not out of the tournament, as you say.
No, it's going to be a long.
We've seen some. Yeah, we have. No, I don't think so. I think these groups have been quite exciting. Scotland could quite easily fuck it up against somebody. They've still got to play 2 games. They're going to lose to Australia. One assumes Australia could lose to Scotland. We could thrash everyone else. They could be dragged down into the mire with everyone else. You know, if you're unbeaten, you go through. I mean, the funny thing is, because of the 1-point rule, puts us in that strange position where you have to win everything. You can't. You know, losing 1 becomes more important than just losing 1 if you get to win 3, sort of thing. That's the difference, I suppose. But you can afford to lose 1. You should be able to afford to lose 1. You wouldn't expect Oman and Namibia to win 3 out of 4.
No. But then it'll be grinding through the Super 8s and just being whacked around by everyone. I'm feeling down at the moment, can't you tell?
Yeah, you can pick it. Well, this is the other thing about T20. You can play shit today and fantastic tomorrow.
This is true.
That's very much the nature of the game. If England were batting first, there was no scoreboard pressure. Might want to score 200 themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You know, scoreboard pressure counts for something. Getting a score of 200 when at this World Cup, if you looked across all the games,
That's the top score.
That's exactly, precisely. You know, that's a big score at this competition so far. So you don't really want to be chasing those kinds of scores. I mean, they're never easy chasing 200. You got 10 and over basically for 20 overs. It's not easy.
Well, in short, Matthew Wade.
Cunt. Yeah. Sorry. Well, we're out.
Let's go.
Thank you very much. Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody. See you all later. Bye.
Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time has come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket.